just already live. There's no
Oh,
we're just
shit.
we're just already live.
Oh my
We're just already
God.
live. Yeah.
Sorry,
There's
Coda.
no timer with this. No. Yeah. We're just live. The whole world can hear you right now. The whole world.
Very lonely. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
There are sounds happening here. There are sounds.
I'm just taking a couple of deep breaths before the panic attack sets in.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
yeah.
that's a mood.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Welcome,
Oh my
Aztec.
God. Aztec. Lady. Shut up.
Why are you doing this voice? Why do you have to do this?
What
Coda,
voice?
You're at 10. Could you bring it down to a 6?
I'm a huh? I'm a what?
You're cringe.
Why are you just
Gotta
little?
Damn. Destroyed. Utterly destroyed.
Oh my God. Gross.
With facts
destroying
and logic.
Coda?
Yes.
No, we're not.
Can you
You're
hear
not
how she's talking?
destroying
Yes,
me.
we are.
I got that mirror.
Okay, guys, calm down, okay? I can only
It's
do so
pre-show.
many
It's
weird noises
pre-show
at once.
memes. It's you can't.
It
You
is pre-show
cannot
memes.
stop pre-show memes.
We can't.
Yes,
They cannot
we
be
can.
silenced. No, they cannot be silenced during pre-show memes. Anything goes during pre-show memes. You know.
Yeah, anything goes.
That's
I'll
how
be
that works.
quieter.
Literally, I could say anything on
Okay, please
twitch.com
don't. Coda, I
slash
said, swear to
YouTube
God.
VOD slash kick.com. Okay. Kick.tv, whatever the fucking ending is. I don't know. Twitch.tv, kick.com.
It's twitch.wolfborg.com, kick.wolfborg.com, and frickin' youtube.wolfborg.com.
It's twitch.wolfborg.tv.
All these things.
You don't
right?
even know. You're not a real
No,
Twitcher.
No, it's
Twitcher?
youtube.wolfborg.com. I don't have
It's
wolfborg.tv. I have wolfborg.com. I have wolfborg.com. I don't have wolfborg TV. You think we own a TV here?
I do twitch.wolfborg.tv.
In this economy?
Because it's a subdomain of wolfborg.com. I don't have wolfborg.tv.
Oh, wolfborg.com.tv.
Yeah. You didn't even realize what you were saying, okay? You didn't even realize. You weren't saying
I didn't know.
twitch.tv/wolfborg with 2 G's, okay? You don't even
That's
have
true,
to
I
type
was
2
not.
G's if you go to
That's right.
twitch.wolfborg.com. There,
I
it's
noticed
1 G.
that. When you were playing House somebody was like, wait a minute, why does he not have 2 G's in the name anymore? What rebrand? It's
I do.
crazy.
I have.
Despicable.
It's on my links, okay, because it's a subdomain through my website, and then it just takes you to my Twitch, okay. I get the 1 G like that, okay, 1 whole G. I don't need 2 of them.
Whoa.
Get with the times, old man. We're on 5G.
There is in fact
We're on
another.
6G.
There is in fact another. So on Twitter, there was a
I'm
Wolfborg with
aging.
1 G who was taking it, and all he did when he took it in 2009 was follow MTV India, and then he did nothing else. I'm pretty sure he's never signed into that account again. Okay,
How
but
could you slap?
now I don't get that account because he wanted to follow MTV India. Okay, I have added this person. Said if you could see this, please give me your ad, and I will retweet everything MTV India does. Please. And I've heard nothing, so I don't think that's gonna work out.
You become the propaganda machine.
On Twitch, there is another person who goes by Wolfborg with 1 G who does sometimes stream, as far as I know.
Are they dev Wolfborg, dev.wolfborg.
No, I have no idea. The guy with the 1 G on Twitch, at some point he was banned, so I didn't know if I wait, he'll I'll get that at. But also, I'm not sure if Twitch just makes it so you can never take an ad if it's banned. But either way, I think they're not banned anymore. But I don't know if they stream as much anymore. They used to stream sometimes. I forget what they used to stream. But I watch these things, okay? Because I want the 1 G, okay? I'm here for it. I'm here for the 1 G.
Okay. Begging and pleading
All right, Gollum, calm
on
down.
all fours.
Yes.
Arf for the
Wolfborg with 1
G.
G is my silver crystal, okay? I need it.
That's your well,
I swear every chapter was
it's
just
controlled
like
by the power of your heart.
Are you
every
sure
chapter
you
was
aren't
just
the
like,
silver crystal?
make sure you get the silver crystal. Are you guys looking for the silver crystal? Do you remember the silver crystal? We have to go for the silver crystal, guys.
And I was like, what
I
color
was
is
in
that
quotation marks
crystal?
too.
It was, yeah. They were like, this so-called silver crystal you guys keep talking about.
It's probably not even silver, is it? It's probably just a bunch of bullshit.
I don't even know. It's all black and white to me.
Well, we'll get into that in a moment. Let me be right back. The ad's got to finish up anyways. Give me 1 moment, and then we'll get started. I'll be right back.
Oh man, ads. Let's do it.
You guys can keep talking though, but I'll be right back.
Meow 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 meow. Is this
Koda,
stream.
we need to speak in
Are you
English,
Luna
not
now?
gibberish.
Like,
Okay, well, what's wrong with being Luna? All right. I'm not gonna say Luna's the best character, but I am gonna say she's a character. Okay.
Always knew you were a furry.
She does
Hold
exist.
on.
I don't think they used a pronoun for Luna until like the 4th chapter or so, and up until that point, I'd been giving it the Salem the cat voice.
Oh my god. No.
no, wait, I like
No.
this better.
I was giving him the Jabanian voice.
And at that point, I just decided, you know what? Nah, I'm not changing it.
Sabrina. I don't think that's how he sounded exactly, but
This is a very funny inclusion.
I love pancakes. I think that's how he sounds.
Spoken like a true Canadian.
Oh yeah, we don't have any more tariffs on maple syrup yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Maple
That's not how
syrup?
you
Hold on.
structure cities,
Hold
Koda.
on.
Well,
That's
they
not how you
existed for
structure
a
it.
day. So I think it's technically correct.
Oh man, I'm delighted. Yep.
You guys
That's,
want maple syrup?
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sick of high fructose corn syrup.
Which is most of what maple syrup is in America anyway.
Yeah, I need it straight from the tree. I'm about to tap that, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Can you explain?
Okay, so it's a. All right, when you get maple from
Yeah.
a tree, you have to get a spigot and
Uh-huh.
you get a big mallet and you fucking
Okay,
knock
alright.
it into the tree.
Yeah, we both watched Riverdale.
Wait, that's where that's from?
I'm sorry. What?
Hey, you know, Riverdale.
My
They have a secret society that's like the Illuminati of maple syrup.
I heard there was
in
like
Riverdale.
multiple secret societies, but
Multiple secret societies, but one specifically is about an ancient family that presides over the maple syrup industry in Riverdale.
vitally,
everything this syrup
What
touches is my
happens in
kingdom.
Riverdale?
too much happens.
Everything.
One day
I
I'll
need to
sit down and
finish
watch it. Okay. It's,
Oh my god, if you
here's my
watch it, you
seems
have
like
to
a
watch
ride.
every season. We haven't gotten to season 3.
We got
You
through
didn't even
like,
make it to
what?
season 3. How many seasons are there? Like
No.
10?
We got to season 2, and then it was just like, this is like Archie was
so
in prison,
horrible.
I think. Well,
That's
think he
right,
was
the
still in
mafia.
Yeah, you get prison arcs every now and then. House
they,
had his
they
prison
got
arc
him
too.
out. They broke him out.
Of course.
Oh,
I've seen Prison
I
Break. Yeah.
forgot.
the
They were
parents
like
were all
shooting
doing.
people and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, explosions.
That's right. Oh yeah, there was a shooting. Oh yeah, in the forest. Oh, with the fog, and it was like the like Russians. I think
It was
I
the
don't know.
Russians.
it was either Russians or Italians. Somebody was mob-like. Okay, from
Mob-like.
Veronica's dad.
You know,
He's like this
mob
yeah,
like.
villain.
yeah. There is a whole mafia arc.
Oh yeah.
Happens.
Listen, when you ask what happens in Riverdale, the answer is everything.
Honestly, the
Okay.
parents should be ashamed of themselves.
Now my question is, did the Maple Syrup Illuminati a bunch of Canadians? Yes or no?
Are the Illuminati Canadians?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Archie? No, it's in an American town. Okay.
God damn it. Okay,
All right.
inaccurate. Garbage. 0 out of 10.
What was the name of the diner? It was like Doc Chacos or something. It was not that at all. But all I remember was they loved their malt milkshakes or whatever, and they love the grandpa.
I'm sorry, they're what milkshakes?
There was like a black old man running the show, basically.
Yeah, of course.
And
I mean,
he's like,
yeah, that
I
happens.
love malt. I love malt, and I love my family.
I love mulch.
Wait, the mulch?
Mulch is my favorite food.
Oh,
Mulch is my
Okay.
favorite food.
I heard mulch.
Yeah. Oh no, he loves mulch, and everybody is like, man, this is the only place we could go for a mulch, and then it got turned into a speakeasy. Anyway,
Yeah, that happens.
Oh yeah. There's There's so much. Because they're like 45-minute episodes, and a
They're
lot
so
can happen in
long.
45 minutes.
It's too much.
They're literally just
It's
the teen
excessive.
version of soap operas, but more
Wait, tell
like
me.
they cram a lot more into them.
So you tell me it's a lot like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
With more sex.
No.
A lot more
No.
sex. And a lot more like demonic serial killer fathers.
Yeah.
So it's
We
Twin
didn't
Peaks.
even get to like the further serial killer arcs.
Yeah, that's right. There's
There's
more than one.
Multiple. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's multiple. There's multiple. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's
How
what
many
teens
people
want.
are this
It's
town
like
if
Stan
there's
user Shadow. Okay,
multiple
one attracts all the others. You know, you just.
Exactly.
Good.
All right. Well.
Professors
But
probably
thankfully,
populated.
we're not watching.
Yeah, this is not
Riverdale
not
right
the
now.
Yeah.
Riverdale
Favorite
watch
Sailor
party here.
Moon.
This is the Sailor Moon
Not
book club
yet.
discussion. All right, so now it's time. It's time to begin. It's time to begin. Everybody, shut your traps. All right, let me let me take up pre-show. We'll begin. All right. Welcome everybody to another exciting week of Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, all at the same time. You can find the links to all these things at wolfborg.com. We're here to begin a new series, Sailor Moon. Have you guys ever heard of this series before? I've never heard of this before. This is a brand new thing. I think it's a very underground, very niche title. I don't think many people have heard of it. So before we get into our discussion of Volume 1 and 2 for this week, let's introduce our guests here, starting in alphabetical order as usual. Aztec, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Aztec. I read the book.
There was two. You read both of them, right? You read. There's 2 volumes.
Well, technically, I read a bunch of JPEGs on my computer screen, but
I mean, that's true. That's true. You got that right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations for us? Oh, true.
yeah, I
True.
watched Kino's Dirty. That's fun.
Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. Next up, we have me, Chaplin, aka Wolfborg, aka the best host of any and all anime book clubs ever. I know exactly one of them, and it's this one. So, hello. I would recommend. Well, I finished watching the first season of Kekai Sensen, Blood Battle Blockade. I don't remember the order of the words. It's a fucking great show. Okay, it's great. Okay, go. We started season 2 today. It's amazing. Okay, that's great. I also started Severance. I think I'm caught up on that now. Severance is also great. Not an anime, but it's great. Go check out both of those things, I would say. Next up, Lady Galaxy. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marianne or Anne, whichever you prefer. Yeah.
All right, sweet. You got any recommendations or?
Anything you've been reading recently or watching?
I mean, I've been playing a lot of Payday, but I don't recommend it.
Base. We'll take anti recommends too. We'll take those. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Robo Shino, who is probably not going to be a robo anymore. I don't remember there being any robots in Sailor Moon, but introduce yourself, Shino.
Yeah, I totally forgot to rename myself. Anyways,
No, it's fine.
I'm
Coda
Shino.
hasn't changed from Sweet Coda, so.
Let me change that.
And Ari is still Witcherivia. So, all right, sorry. Everybody stop. All right, Shino, please go on.
And for recommendations, I would recommend a cooking. Well, it's more like an eating manga called Sweet Toto. It's very cute.
Ooh.
Is it eerie?
Yes.
I kind of assumed, yeah. It's a Shino recommend.
Cooking in
Okay,
general.
making a note.
All right, mental note. Well, thank you so much for that, Shino. Next up, Shadow Man V4. Introduce yourself.
I am Shadow. I don't have anything to recommend this time.
Base.
Cringe.
Sweet. Okay. Apparently, Coda has cut ahead of Shadow, even though Shadow just went. So Shadow's gonna have to go again because Shadow just went out of turn here. All right, I don't know why you did that, Shadow.
If I change my name to Sailor Arabia, it'll be a before Armstrong.
Sailor Armstrong, aka Coda. Introduce yourself.
Oh my god. Hi everyone. My name is Coda.
Okay.
I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, well,
born
same.
in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm introducing myself.
You're doing
All
a
right,
great
I'm
job.
wrapping it up. Fine.
Do you have any recommendations? Do you have any recommendations for the people?
You should play Canvas Menagerie on
my God.
itch.io and
I hear that's pretty good.
Steam. Oh yeah, my favorite character is Ren. He sounds like this.
My name is Ren. Is that what he sounds like? Is that what he sounds like? Oh, okay.
It's not
all right.
fully voice acted, but I'm about to change that soon.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair.
I believe in you.
All right. Sweet. Well, thank you so much for that, Sailor Armstrong. Shadow Man, would you like to go?
No,
you're right. No, you're right. Sailor Arimia, who has changed places in line. Would you like to go next, Sailor Arimia?
Hi, I'm Arimia. I like shonen shit. And I have banned Coda from ever reading visual novels ever again.
All of them. Just gone.
But
Sorry.
everyone else should go read visual novels. The Steam release for Ever 17 and Never 7 released last night, like 20 hours ago or something. I haven't played them yet, but that's very exciting. They were made by mages who went on to make Steins Gate and stuff.
Hell yeah!
So very, very, very cool stuff. Great time for visual novels. Get into them.
I got written by the Zero Escape guy, right?
Yeah, Kotaro Ichikoshi.
Guys, you're moving everywhere. Jesus Christ.
No, I think
we're all becoming sailors.
Technically,
Okay.
the Steam release is the remastered version, which does take out a lot of his scripts from the original version. But yeah.
Wait, no, I have a different thing to change my name. Hold on. No, you continue with whatever you're. Hold on.
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right.
Coda.
Yeah, I'm
Coda, keep going.
Hi.
Well,
No, because
all right, next up, Sailor Armstrong.
No.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for your introductions. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Let's begin our discussion about Sailor Moon. Now, before we get into this, who has prior experience with the Sailor Moon franchise in any capacity? Who here has any? Because my experience in the past has just been I've seen like a couple offhand episodes, and I've known about the dub shenanigans going on. I know about the cousins meme, and
Yeah, we're the cousins. I'd like to see them in this.
I'm assuming they come later. I don't know.
They're gonna show up later.
Okay.
Better.
I have in the past read the first volume of this because
I'm lying to you.
I own the physical first volume of the Eternal Moon edition of this release. I think it's called the Eternal Moon edition. The Eternal edition of this the Sailor Moon release, which is I think the main way to actually get it these days. We're mostly reading the re-release that was done I think like 10 years after the series originally aired or something. But I have that, and it covers like the first, I don't know, 5 chapters, something like that, of the Eternal edition. So that was the version I've read before, but now reading this, it's been a while, so I couldn't remember a lot of stuff that happened, so now I got a little bit more. Does anybody else have any other experience with Sailor Moon?
I do.
Okay, well, it sounds
I'll
like...
go first.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I was gonna say, nobody's saying anything. I'm gonna assume nobody has experienced Sailor Moon before. I don't know.
I would catch maybe the last 5 minutes when I came home from school.
Oh, okay.
And that was literally it in terms of the anime. I think that was on 4Kids. WB 4Kids TV.
Something like that.
And back in church, there was this girl who liked anime. Shout out to Becca. Becca, if you're hearing this, you were a real
Shout out
OG.
Becca. Shout out Becca. Yeah.
She was like
Sailor Becca.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her full name and address.
No. I don't remember. Anyway, and she had the whole Sailor Moon DVD set. She had like Sailor Moon S, SR. That's all I know. And I was like, wow, are we gonna watch any of these? And she was like, no.
Wow,
Like,
riveting.
so that's it. That's literally it. I don't have anything like direct with Sailor Moon. I've read Tokyo Mew Mew, Specifically the Alamode version, and that was like the maximum amount of magical girl that I've ever experienced when I was like in my teens. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any prior experience with Sailor Moon you want to
I do.
share? What's your experience, Shadow? I'm surprised by this.
Okay. So much like my experience with Dragon Ball.
Okay.
So back when I was like 10, 12, 11, we were in Italy.
Hey.
and the TV
Italian
was
Sailor Moon.
Ciao
It was Sailor
Bella.
Moon in Italian. I
Let's
don't know
go.
Italian back then. So,
How does she say her
There's no-
catchphrase in Italian? All right, go on.
no, that's it.
Okay, all right. That's
Nice.
amazing. Italian Sailor Moon. We gotta hear what that sounds like one day. We gotta hear.
When
Anybody
we watch
else?
the anime, please tell me there's an Italian option just somewhere.
Hopefully it's been dubbed everywhere, but I don't know. Anyways, anybody else?
Fan fiction only.
Fan
Should
fiction.
I
All right,
use
based.
This is what I would do.
All right. Anybody else?
No, not really for
I've-
me.
I am aware of its existence and like 2 memes.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
I
also
knew
aware
so
of one
little of
meme.
it that I thought that Sailor Venus was Sailor Moon
Mm.
Yeah.
for a
yeah.
long time while growing up and seeing it online and stuff. I just assumed they were the same person because they both had the same hair length and the same hair color.
Yep. And there was
Right.
also
I just
Thought she
figured-
was the
There's also
Princess
codenamed
Serenity.
Sailor V, which I believe was her, which was the prototype to Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. We'll get into that in
Ah.
detail. I think the one of the only memes I knew about prior was the thing about the dubs calling them cousins, and then
Yeah,
the
that too.
the meme of my job here is done, but you didn't do anything. This is the only two Sailor Moon memes that I recognize, and then I've offhand seen a couple episodes, but I didn't really remember them. But I have taken photos when I went to ANYC last year. I went to the Sailor Moon photo shoot, so I took a shit ton of photos of a lot of the Sailor Moon cosplayers there, and I posted those on Twitter eventually. I may share those in the server at some point if I remember to do so. I wanted practice. One, I like Sailor Moon costume designs. I really like the character designs for it a lot, and I like cosplayers in Sailor Moon outfits. I think they look very nice. And I also wanted to practice taking cosplay photographs, so I went to one of those things to practice doing that. And that was an interesting time. I did it for 2 things. I did it for the Sailor Moon cosplays, and then the next day I tried going to the Danganronpa one, which had far less people at the Danganronpa one. But that was understandable. Anyways, but yeah. So let's get into this. So Sailor Moon started.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something else? I thought everybody already spoke about their thing. Did you have something?
No, I
Yes,
was
you did.
waiting.
You were what?
I was waiting.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I made it my mission a couple years ago to actually watch the full series, and I've made it through the first 4 seasons and about half of the 5th season.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
How? Okay.
Spoilers.
We got 12 volumes for the original manga. How much do you think? It sounds like if we got 5 seasons, it sounds like the anime goes far beyond what the original manga was. How
Anime, to my understanding, is a very different
Oh,
entity to
okay.
So we're
the
going the
original
Rose and
manga.
Maiden route.
a lot of the ending stuff in particular is just like very differently handled, very differently done. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I think in terms of like comparatively, I think we get through in the 11 chapters or so that we read. I think we got through like maybe 2/3 of the first season.
Oh, okay.
How long is the season?
Like
Like
46
24
episodes.
It's like 40. It's like 30, 40 episodes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it says
goodness.
46.
Wanna say the
46
first
episodes.
season
yeah.
was yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, the original run is 200 episodes altogether with 3 movies.
Which I'm kind of glad for reasons that I'm glad that the anime seems like it takes a lot longer to tell the story than the manga took us to read for that kind of stuff for reasons I'll go into later. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, anything else? Anything else from anybody else?
I fucking love Sailor Moon.
So have you read the manga before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so
I was
for
gonna
all
wait
of us, it's our
to
first
finish
time with
the
this.
show, and then I'm so fucking bad at watching things.
Well, it's understandable with how long Sailor Moon seems to be. They're still making new content for Sailor Moon. It's like a movie every now and then, I
What?
think, though, right? It's not like new shows, as far as I know.
Wow.
Yeah, they eventually they started doing Sailor Moon Crystal, and there's still like stage plays and musicals and
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Just like a Minako.
still being made.
Because Sailor Moon is one of those series where even if you've never consumed it before, it's nearly impossible to get into anime and not know it exists. It's just not really a thing you can avoid. It's just that big of a milestone in the anime sphere. It's just a huge cultural thing with it. Okay. Do we have anybody else to say anything else before we dive right into this? All right. So, my understanding of some core background things involved with this, and people can correct me if I'm misunderstanding some things. This is the story and art is done by Naoko Takeuchi, who I thought it sounded like she said she was working on this when she was 14 in one of the afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
read
that was
that.
true, but I was like,
what the hell?
she was like, I was working on this when I was 14. I wasn't sure if that was true or if that was like just a meme or mistranslation or something. She was like, I was working on this when I was 14, and also I had massive deadlines literally every month. I had to write and draw 40 pages every month, and it all looked like shit. And all my like people helping me out were just giving me correct. I had to set up a round table at the end of every like session to be like, all right, what I fuck up on, guys. She was like,
It's so funny. It was so funny to see her talk about like, oh man, this looks fucking awful, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is some of the best anime art I think I've ever seen.
It's
Yeah.
so pretty.
It's so cute. So...
One other thing to keep in mind too, that I wonder how much of the difference is this. From what I understand, the version we're reading is a slightly different re-release from 10 years after the series release, and that the art is slightly different and corrected as a result. I wonder what the original art looked like for her to be shitting on how it looks so much. I mean, because it'd probably be understandable if it had some issues like early 90s. Or you know, late, I forget. I think it was like early 90s when she would have been working.
Yeah,
on
this was
and
early
she's
90s.
She was very young, and working with strict deadlines. I'm assuming probably also had to deal with school stuff. I don't know.
It's so crazy to think about.
If we do the math,
24 numbers?
is the
24.
age that she started.
Okay.
She was born in 67 and it started in 91.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's
Yeah,
still
that makes
very
sense.
young.
Yeah, still, yeah.
Honestly.
Especially to make such a groundbreaking
Yeah, imagine
Which the whole
making
time she was just like,
Sailor
"This is
Moon
shit."
as your first creative
She's
work.
like, this is shit. I don't even
Yeah.
remember writing this. This is dog shit. I just kept reading that afterwards. She's just like, this is bad. I hate this. Why did I
had
draw
20
this?
pages to do in like 3 to 4 days, and I was like, I don't know how you can sit here and say all of this and be like, I loved it though.
Yeah.
It wasn't her first work, because there are several listed
Yep.
on any list as
Yep.
being
That's true.
first. But
Mm.
okay, wait.
The other works are like Chocolate Christmas, Maria, the Cherry
Yeah,
Project.
she started.
Chocolate Christmas.
I guess I should rephrase and say like an early work.
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
started working as a mangaka at 20.
Right.
Okay.
At least her first released work that is listed on Annie list was released when she was 20.
Right.
And she had 3 of them released before she released the kind of pilot for Sailor Moon, the codename Sailor V, and then Sailor Moon.
Yeah. So I don't know
That's
why that
wild.
afterward was listing as her saying 14. I don't know if that was a
Yeah, I don't
mistranslation or if she was just being hyperbolic. I don't know, but
I mean, 24, so probably
Yeah.
just.
it might have
mean,
just
maybe
been
it
a
was
typo
like
or
when she
something.
started sketching it or whatnot.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
It could be a situation like, oh, I've had this idea or this
Idea.
character for like
Yeah.
years, and
Yeah. I can understand
Maybe.
that.
But yeah, so prior to Sailor Moon, and there was a thought in my head of whether or not we should even include this with the reading. There's a reason why we didn't. Codename Sailor V was started before a little bit before Sailor Moon actually began, and it was essentially the prototype release of Sailor Moon, which I didn't look into it. I didn't try reading it because when I looked into the details around it, it is technically something that came. It's 3 volumes, and it did technically start releasing before Sailor Moon, but it continued throughout the release of Sailor Moon, and eventually just starts referencing back and forth between the stuff. So if we were to read that standalone before we go into reading Sailor Moon, a lot of things will just not make sense to us. So that's why I elected for us not to also read that. That's something to where it seems like it would be recommended to maybe consume that once you're done with the original manga, so then you can read that and you can get more of like a bonus meme info or like bonus meme scenes about some of these characters. But it seems like it starred Minako, I know, Sailor Venus, but in like a little prequel series thing or like side story thing. I didn't actually read it, so I don't actually know, but I can only assume based on the name of what it is, Codename Sailor V, that that's probably what it is. I don't know, but that was releasing from 91 to 97, which Sailor Moon was releasing from 91 to 97 as well. But Sailor Moon started like a couple months later, and then ended I think a few months before Sailor V ended. So it was a whole thing where it's technically a prequel series, but also it continues on during Sailor. It's just a bonus meme side thing essentially. After the first couple volumes, once Sailor Moon actually started releasing, it's like a bonus meme thing. So, but that does exist. I did want to bring that up as a thing, but yeah. And then we get into the actual Sailor Moon release, and it is okay. Where do we begin when it comes to Sailor Moon? How do we begin with Sailor Moon? Okay, so we have our main character, Usagi Tsukino, whose name I was immediately like Moon Rabbit, Rabbit of the Moon. Because this is what these words mean, and then we eventually are talking about like the Moon Kingdom, and I'm like, maybe it was just me, I don't know, but I was like, oh, so she's gonna end up being the princess. But they did confuse me for a bit when it came to Sailor V's whole thing. There's some details that I'm just like, okay. Anyways,
they do a misdirect.
Yeah, they do that. So anyways, Usagi is our main character. Some mochi. Yeah. So our 14-year-old main character, Usagi, whose main hobby is sleeping and crying and crying a lot. Sleeping and crying a lot. These are the things that she loves to do. And playing video games. She loves to go to the Crown Arcade and be gaming with the Sailor V game that's there in the arcade specifically. She plays a lot of that.
Yeah,
and I love her so much.
What were you gonna say, Ari?
I wasn't expecting this to be a world where like magical girls are just a thing. Like I understand the kind of like show of the week style presentation of like, oh no, there's a bad guy, we gotta defeat him. But I wasn't expecting there to be like arcade machines about magical girls.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta market them early. Okay, capitalism.
Merchandising.
Yeah.
Think about it, Ari.
They
can't get any royalties from this because if they do, they reveal their identity.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how much of this was like directly inspired by like Superman. Because I'm thinking like Clark Kent, we just have one tiny mask to be like, oh, who's Tuxedo Mask? Who could he be? Oh, that guy who's a jerk to me on the street. Who is he? Why do I sort of oh, it's the little mask. Oh, I was thinking Superman because of like that and like all the superhero, like now we're seeing them in the arcade game and stuff. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know how much of this is directly inspired by it, but yeah.
Definitely some, because you see the inspirations there, and they're so specific of like having merchandising and having them on the front page of newspapers and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was just one thing I wasn't expecting. I thought it would be more covert about we've got to secretly defeat these enemies.
Yeah, and everybody in town pretty much knows about all these superpowered, magical girls in the area, and they're just like talking about them, like, oh, you hear about that little rumor there? It's not like a huge, big fucking, like, oh my god, the police are looking for these vigilantes who are out there fighting the bad guys instead of calling us for help or whatever. It was just like, thank God we got saved by that beautiful
they should be
heroine.
Grateful.
I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that shit.
Truly.
I did notice one panel where I think the villain of the week was like abducting people in a bus, and people were like, "Oh, Shrine Maiden, can you please use your Shrine Maiden powers to bring my child back?" And she's like, I think this is a job for the police. And they're like, what are you, a piece of shit? You don't want to see my daughter? All right, I'm leaving.
You're probably the one that took her.
Yeah.
Spirit her away.
I was like, what?
I was like, bro, your daughter's missing and you're giving shit to the Shrine Maiden over here? What is it?
She's like, my powers don't even like work like that. Like, what do you think? I'm not a GPS, dude. I love that.
So yeah. So we had Usagi. Usagi's introduced to us, and she meets up with a cat who has a band-aid over a crescent moon on her at first, and she's like meowing, like, and then she takes it off. Apparently, it's the cat that talks. We got Salem the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch here. It's Luna.
It's not the first one.
We got Koda's voiceover.
So we got Luna here. Who is immediately like, yeah, we got there's things happening here, and you gotta awaken to your powers, and you gotta find the other sailors, and we gotta find the silver crystal. This is the big thing, okay? Every chapter, you're not gonna be able to avoid the silver crystal, okay? They gotta find the silver crystal. They gotta find the silver crystal. The bad guys are like, what are we waiting for? We have to go out there, find the silver crystal. And I'm just like, how? Literally, nobody on either side knows where the fuck this thing is. And they're like, you have to defeat them and take the silver crystal from them. We don't know where it is. Listen. We gotta find it. We have to find the silver crystal. I mean, we eventually do, but that's the whole thing. Listen. So that's our Sagi eventually has a situation happening. I believe that first situation was a part of the big theme of this is crystal type stuff, of course. So we have the local big jewelry store, who I believe was owned by the parent of Usagi's friend. Was it Naru?
Yeah.
There was two side character friends who basically only rarely show up afterwards. Naru and Umino. Umino is like this dorky glasses dude, I think.
Yes. The swirly glasses guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I thought it was definitely going to be, especially when they introduced the one chapter where the princess girl took off her dorky glasses and she was like looked like a completely different character. I thought he was gonna be Tuxedo Mask at first. I was like, is that gonna be him? Is that him? Is that him?
Takes off his glasses, his hair color changes.
That would be so interesting.
I was like, that would be so funny if that's what was happening. That was absolutely not what was happening. You barely see Umino and Naru after that, because she gets new friends. Okay, we get like four new friends. Cooler friends.
Truly.
So we find out that this jewelry store, the mother of Naru has been replaced with like a evil witch version, evil shadow version of her, who is tricking women into buying gems and jewels at like very cheap prices, and it's actually sapping their energy.
Out of the kids.
Yeah, the bad guys of the Dark Kingdom, I believe, they are using various means to absorb energy from people, and then using this to make themselves more powerful and trying to find the silver crystal. This is essentially what they're doing. They don't really have like a solid plan otherwise. Just take all their energy and find the crystal. I don't know where it is. Just find it. One of them, I think, was a little smarter. They tried to take over the broadcast system to find it, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everybody, search for the crystal. Everybody, capture Sailor Moon. They're like, all right, that's a little smarter than just, local jewelry shop. I will take over you and then take your energy.
Yeah, the general of the Middle East was not... He wasn't doing much.
Why was he the default person for it?
I don't know. I don't know.
We had four big bad guy generals that are working under evil witch looking girl, and then the bigger bad shadowy figure Cosmos evil thing. The four generals, I believe there was one of the Middle East, one of Europe, one of the North American division, and what was the last one?
Wins again.
There's another one.
They didn't say. I don't think they said what he
specified.
did.
Okay, well, I know there was at
and
least
I'm
those
like,
three.
is he Africa or is he like Asia?
Yeah.
South America?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
I hope not Africa.
You know.
We're done with all this colonizing.
You gotta cover all the divisions, okay? All the divisions.
Please.
So
General of the Mole People.
maybe. So these are the 4 big bads who were named after. I'm assuming these are actual gems,
Yes,
which I
they are
believe was
gems.
referenced
Yes.
later on. I was
They
like,
were.
It's Land Illustrious.
yeah, exactly. Especially later on when they were like, "Oh, here's a book about these gems. Oh, these are the gems that are literally the names of all the people that were the bad guys here." Yeah, I was thinking like this is Land of the Lustrous. Oh my god, I can't believe they copied this from Land of the Lustrous. Yeah, I was thinking the moon people too and the gems, but you know, I mean,
Steven Universe? Oh, crazy.
I'm gonna
No.
kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I still Land of the Lustrous wrote that shit on the back of it. It's like Steven Universe in the back of it, I think, right? I think they said that.
Really?
Yeah,
I
think
guess Steven Universe did come first, right?
What's the there was on the back of I think the Steins Gate dub Blu-ray. It says it's like somebody recorded an episode of Donnie Darko over the or no, somebody recorded Donnie Darko over an episode of The Big Bang Theory. I think is what it said. And I'm like,
Oh
don't.
my
Why are you killing me like this? But anyways, yeah. So this is not in fact stealing from
Dari
Land of the
deserves.
Lustrous. This is not in fact stealing from Land of the
Allegedly.
Lustrous. You know. So Sailor Moon.
Yeah, it's called Gems.
Oh no,
It's been in
Jeff.
existence.
So we have the 4 dark generals who are all named after those crystals. I'm not gonna bother trying. I know one of them is called Jadeite.
Jadeite.
Zunchite.
Jadeite,
Kunzite.
Kunzite, Zoisite, and Nephrite.
Yes.
sure. So those
You
gems.
said, okay, sure.
I
Give
don't
these
remember how to
men their
pronounce any of those
respect.
now. I don't remember how to pronounce any of those already. I'm not going to remember how to pronounce any of them. They're all dead anyways. They're gone. All right. I don't need them anymore.
I killed them.
That's not true.
I'm just like I can't tell any of these fuckers apart.
You're alive in my heart.
Okay. So
What is
Sailor
Naoko?
Moon. Sailor Moon's fighting well, Sailor Moon doesn't even understand what's going on. She goes there to try to save the day, I guess, with Luna. They just wander over there, and then she wakens to her power as Sailor Moon. And Tuxedo Mask shows up. I don't remember the exact what happened with that. It seemed like we won. I wasn't sure how we won. Did she
won,
defeat
though.
the
It
big
was
bad?
the tiara, right?
Oh yeah, the tiara boomerang. She threw the tiara boomerang.
Yeah, tiara boomerang.
I remember they keep mentioning for her to stop crying because the sonic waves of her crying
The
were going
sonic
to kill
waves,
everything.
yes. That was the
was-
whole thing for like volume 1. It was like, stop crying. You're going to destroy the dimension with your crybaby sonic power.
They kept bringing in other characters with like all these other elemental abilities, and Usagi's like, "But I don't have anything." And as she's crying about that, like everything's shaking. And I'm like, "What do you? I can literally see you have something, but I don't."
Yeah,
know,
just
listen.
cry harder.
Yeah, just cry. Yeah, that'll do
Straight
it.
up.
Sorry about
Get straight up.
So we save the day. Tuxedo Mask is also in this episode.
it. So
we-
your chapter.
I'm referencing the meme. Okay, you were there for the meme. I know you know what the meme I'm referencing to. Okay, so I don't need you actually me right now. So, anyways, yeah. So Tuxedo Man was there. We stopped the bad. The mom was okay. I
Tuxedo
thought the
Man
mom
is my
was.
favorite robot master.
I thought the mom was like either like dead or like fully. I don't. Has anybody actually died yet, other than like the generals? Maybe.
No.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah, somebody
Close
actually
enough.
died.
Not
Who's
the
that?
regular people.
I'm pretty sure there were people like electrocuted on the ground when those wires
But
got
weren't they
cut.
revived?
I don't think that happened that time.
Flex tape.
There was no healing wave after that one. I
Huh.
think they're just dead.
Oh my god. Well, I thought the light was supposed to do all of that.
I was confused with
sorry.
that too. I thought for a moment it sounded like they were saying that it was reviving the 4 generals too, but then it made it sound like they were still fucking dead. So I wasn't
no,
sure what
but
happened
let me
there.
tell you, because they had when she did the light, then it started showing how everything was like being revived, like a dead fucking plant in somebody's house, probably
Yep.
Umino. Yeah, his plant got revived. So if those people were dead on the ground, they're alive and walking. They have to be. Don't.
Someone re-killed him. Okay, it was Erica. Showed up and re-killed him.
She doesn't even get that joke.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't. I
you
never
never
watched
will.
Umineko and
no, you
paid
watched
attention
it.
at the same
Even if you
time.
watched all of Umineko, you wouldn't get that one because they didn't get there. So,
Didn't even get there. That's perfect.
anyways, yes, Tuxedo Mask showed up and he disappeared, and Usagi's immediately like, oh, blushes, he's so handsome. And then
He
the next
is.
day she like bumps
Just
into
kidding.
literally dude, but without the mask on. He's like, you piece of shit, fuck you, I don't even like you. You kind of
They're so funny.
I'm
you're
just
kind
like,
of
why
hot,
do
I
you like
guess,
this?
but like
You know you
you're
like this
making
guy.
fun of you're making fun of my hair and shit. I fuck you, piece of shit. Oh, but if you had that mask on, oh my god, he's so beautiful. Oh.
Sometimes people look better with glasses on.
Completely incognito.
Yeah.
It's literally the Clark Kent glasses. That's what we got
Clark
going
Kent.
on there. Fuck
Clark
you.
Kent.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. All right.
Just
I'm
say
Sir
the number of
Armstrong.
times over these volumes I had to just stop and say, "Sir, she's 14."
Yeah, I kept forgetting
Yeah.
that we're middle
17,
schoolers
18.
going on here.
Yeah, we're
I keep
just
looking at
14.
him. I keep looking at him, and I'm like, is he supposed? Did they say he's in high school? How old is this fucking dude? He looks like he's a fucking grown ass adult.
Tuxedo Mask is like
I thought he
17
was
or
in
18.
college, but then he's
Yeah.
like, no,
No,
he's 3
no.
years older than you. And it's like, oh, what?
He
Yeah,
said
it's
he was in college for
extremely
the
like
one
a-
episode. Oh, go ahead.
It's extremely like the opposite, or no, the same thing as like a fucking like 80s slasher flick, where it's like a bunch of like people in their 30s and 40s playing
Yeah.
teenage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
He was in high school, but then when he got possessed by Queen Beryl, and he had to like pretend he was the guy who runs the arcade. What I forget his name. His name sounds like the name.
Furuhara.
Okay, yeah, we'll just call him
Okay.
Furu. Okay, so Furu,
Mikoki, I think?
because his other name sounds like Sailor Jupiter's name, which I'm gonna have to remember later. It's the longer of the.
You don't even
the
remember what it
several.
sounded like. I believe it's
remember Rei
Makoto.
and
Makoto.
Ami. Okay, Makoto.
Yeah,
Okay,
Makoto.
okay, then it's Makoto. Okay, but anyway, Furu was like, "Yeah, I'm a college student. This is my friend Endo." And then Queen Beryl has no imagination, and she's like, "Okay, well, now that your friend has fucking walked off, ding, 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 I'm going to brainwash you with my eye beams, and I'm now your friend Endo."
Best friend.
And I'm also from college. Best friend, that's right.
Best friend ever.
So that's where the college thing comes from, but he's not in college.
But he
He's
is
a high
supposed to be
schooler.
like 17, 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's only
He-
3 years older than her, but
Right.
he looks like he's in college.
Okay,
Everybody looks like
But
they're like
also-
20 something except for the kid.
Like,
Okay,
I keep
here's
forgetting that they're 14 because they all look like
yes.
18 minimum.
And this comes to
Yep.
my next question. Okay.
Uh-oh.
In Japan, do high school kids still wear sailor uniforms? Is this a thing that still happens? Because
Still,
part of me-
I mean, this is in the 90s, right?
I mean, I just mean in middle. I'm pretty sure in some schools there they still wear sailor uniforms today in school.
You answer
there.
your own question then.
No, but I mean middle schoolers compared to high schoolers.
Checkmate.
I literally just asked if they still wear it in high school compared to middle school, Coda. You tried to, actually, you didn't even understand the fucking question. Listen, all right, the question still remains from all the sane people here on the book club, okay? The ones who don't think that my stream is shrinking when it's not,
Chat,
all
help
right?
me.
Okay, okay. Do we know at all if, because I'm pretty sure there are middle schools where they still wear sailor uniforms. Do we know if they still wear it in high school? Because a part of me is wondering, like, are they literally just considered to be middle schoolers just so that we can have the excuse for them to wear the sailor uniforms? Because Sailor Moon premise, or do they also wear it in high school and we just wanted them to be 14 because a younger audience maybe? Because this is the main thing I was wondering. I mean, the sailor,
it's like a growing up narrative.
Yeah. I mean, the sailor outfit with the designs, I think looks very, very nice. So I don't mind if that's why we did it. But when I look at the art designs, I'm like, oh, wait, they're supposed to be 14. Oh shit, I don't feel like I would realize that they were 14 if I'm watching the anime either. I don't think I would realize that if I was watching the anime too. But I don't know. Maybe it would be more noticeable based on how bratty they make Usagi sound in the anime.
I mean,
maybe
she's when she said she's 14 and all she does is fucking sleep and cry, I was like, you're a kid.
Literally, aside from Usagi, every other woman on her squad looks like a full-ass grown woman with like how their hair and eyes are looking and shit. They're like, Rei looks like she's got is married and has several children and like runs her own like shrine. Like I'm like,
I don't know.
Bro, she looks like
older.
older.
Makes it easy for me. Because
It was the one
I
who
got
hates men, right?
What is that?
Yes, she hates. Ray
Yeah.
hates men.
Yes.
Yep.
She's like, they're so fucking useless. And it's like, I mean, your grandpa is a perv. So I think that's fair.
Understandable.
Not a great role model.
No.
She has good reason to feel the way she does.
For sure. I don't know. Just because my first introduction to like what teen girls looks like is Usagi, and she's so cute. And
She is
everybody
cute.
else kind of looks like her. I'm just like, okay, well, this is what a 14-year-old looks like.
I
And
like
if you
like-
want to be a 14-year-old boy, you can't be tall. And you can't have like a chiseled chin, and that's it. You know?
Makoto
Like a
showed
good jawline.
Makoto showed up later, was like a skyscraper compared to the other 14-year-old
She was
girls.
so tall, and they're like, she's so strong. And I'm like, well, she's just tall. And then she was like, "Ugh, I picked you up and threw you. And I was like, what's happening?
I do want to say her introduction in the anime is her like fist fighting monsters.
Yes.
Well before she
Awesome.
has any idea.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Jupiter, baby.
Just kind of happens,
Fucking
right? It
love
just kind of
her.
happens. Well, let's go into
Even
our
that
squad
Zeus
mates
dude.
here. So we have, first we were introduced, so we have Sailor Moon, of course, who's Usagi. Then we have Sailor Mercury, who was Ami Mizuno, who is very, very smart. I think they said she has like a 300 IQ.
Yes, 300.
Super intelligent. We got to see some old school PC usage here. Not just from her, but also from the cat. The cats can also just use computers. Why not? In very complex
I mean,
ways.
yours can't.
Well, that's
I don't
just
have a cat.
yeah. I mean,
Skill
that's a
issue.
problem too. Yeah, that's true. Maybe if you had one, it would use your computer. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, they
Um,
kind of do. They like to stomp all over the damn keyboard, don't they?
So Mercury, I believe, her powers were water.
Yes.
And
Yep.
Water and wisdom.
I think she said, yeah, water and wisdom. And then you had Rei Hino, who is Sailor Mars, who's the Shrine Maiden, who has like 2 crows. I forget what their names are, but they sound like
They're like-
badass names.
Phobos
I
and
think they're like the
Deimos.
moons of
Okay.
Phobos and
Mars,
Deimos.
right?
Are
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Are they?
Phobos,
Okay.
Deimos.
Yep.
Probably.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, so she's Sailor Mars, so her elements are like fire and what was the other attribute? They usually have like 2 attributes. Was it
It's like
fire and-
Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah, she has this. They keep saying she has a 6th sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, were you gonna say something?
No, just
Oh,
agreeing.
okay. And then we had Makoto Kino, who's Sailor Jupiter, who's the tall transfer student whose elements are like thunder, lightning,
She's like
and
wind and thunder and
yeah.
strong.
Yeah, she's very strong, very strong.
Pretty much.
And then
Yeah.
eventually we're introduced. We're assuming for a while that this is a full squad. Immediately in my head, I'm like, the squad doesn't feel right without a 5th person. And eventually we do, in fact, find a 5th person. And the 5th person was Sailor V herself, who shows up. And we have a little fake out for a moment with her, where we believe that she is supposed to be, because Luna showed up and is like, you have to gather your fellow soldiers, the other sailors, okay? You have to find your fellow soldiers, and we have to find the silver crystal and protect the Moon Princess. I don't know what any of these things are or where you get them, but we got to do these things. We got to do these things. I'm just a cat. What am I supposed to know? And
I will be fair to Luna. It wasn't, I don't know any of these things. It was, I can't tell you. You wouldn't believe me.
That's
Right.
right. And she didn't even know everything herself because she had some of her memories repressed.
yes, yep.
Yes.
Even the cats get their
Amber,
memories
remember your
revoked, okay?
sin.
Remember your sin.
I will
Yeah.
say that I went along with pretty much all of it, just like, yeah, sure, whatever. But that part I was kind of like, okay, because we're introduced to Sailor V like immediately.
Yeah.
I think she's like in like the first 5 pages of the series.
I
Yep.
believe
Yeah.
so.
And
She's
I'm
out there
just kind of
saving.
like, why didn't you try to reach out to her first? Like, why didn't you try to find her or something? Like, imagine that she went.
On the one hand, yeah, but also on the other hand, yeah, why didn't you just reach out to Superman?
He,
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
in my,
I mean, like, she didn't even have the idea to be like, I wonder if I could find this other sailor to for anything, you know, like even
Yeah.
think
No,
even thinking
absolutely,
about it.
absolutely.
Well, Luna did
I-
say the
I
vibes
think-
were off.
The
Yeah,
vibes
well,
are
Luna's
off.
a cat that can
He
talk.
did say that.
I-
That's true.
I
But
think
hold
it's
on,
just-
but that means
I-
you gotta trust him even more.
I think
Doesn't
it's
work
just
for
kind
the
of
show.
reflective of the fact that Usagi is a fucking idiot.
Damn.
This is
Fair.
true.
Affectionately, affectionately.
Yes, please.
She
I
gets
love her so
10% in
much.
math. How do you get
She's-
that?
She-
The
Well-
dumbest disaster buy
I
on
remember.
the face of the fucking planet.
My favorite, I
What's
think it was the
the-
first chapter, or was it? I think it was the second chapter, where she comes home with her test. It's a shit score, and her mom's just
It's like a
hey,
30.
hey, I walked into Umino and he said you guys got your test back. So what score did you get? And he's like, oh, you motherfucker, you had to tell her. And then her mom immediately kicks her out of the house.
Her brother doesn't
She-
show up
she
anymore
literally
ever
starts,
after
like,
that.
Yeah, she had a
Crying
brother.
at the
Where's the
door.
brother?
Brother.
The brother. I thought
Shows
the
her
brother
playing
was.
video games with him occasionally.
Oh, okay. The brother was just like, oh, you get kicked out again? Huh. Anyways, all right, mom, you probably got a lot of letterage. She's annoying all the neighbors. Anyways, goodbye, guys.
I would too. That'd be terrifying.
But it's just like Usagi just getting kicked out of the house for having a bad score on her test because she just keeps like going to the arcade.
10% math. How do you do that?
Um,
10%?
so yeah, Usagi is that's fine. That's why we meet up with Ami. We meet up with Sailor Mercury, and I believe they tried to have a study session at some point, which didn't go at all into study. No, they went to Ami's house to discuss about things later on. It wasn't to study. We don't study here, okay? We're too busy doing sailor things.
Busy gaming.
Straight
Busy
up.
gaming too. That's a thing too.
She's
Also
gonna get that high
boys.
score.
Also boys and jewels. These are the things that we're busy with. And
Oh
talking
my
cats.
god. Can I just say I don't know what it is. I love the idea in volume 1 because I don't think it ever comes back again in volume 2 after the silver crystal shit. I love that like all of their weapons and shit, it's just little like trinkets. It's just like things that you would like win from like I don't know, like a prize machine or something.
I
Like
think they did, actually.
it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
cute. And I was like, oh my god, they're
This
so
was just the author
fun.
thinking ahead for merchandising.
That's what I was thinking too.
100%.
I was like,
That was like
I
10
would
each.
Yes.
100%.
I would totally get
but
it. Like,
it's
this is
so
the shit-
cute.
it's so precious. It's like I would buy this off of like somebody's like Etsy page. Like I love all of this little
Yeah.
shit. Oh my god. I loved it so much. It reminds me actually in middle school and in elementary school, but I think in middle school it was more prominent. My school had a school store and we would get like fake dollars and the dollars were named after our mascot. So it's like Lynx Bucks or some bullshit. I don't
Okay,
remember. It's
alright.
been forever.
Capitalism.
And then like I would get these stupid pieces of paper. I collect them because I'm a good student. You get them for being a good student. And what else was I? But
Pleasure to have in class. Yeah, of course. Everyone's saying that.
oh my
about
god,
you,
they
yeah.
loved me. Yeah. And I would trade them in and I'd get like little glitter gel pens and I'd get like the pencil toppers that I kept thinking were erasers, but they weren't. So I'd get mad at them and then I'd stop buying them. But I was like, these are all such cute things. If I got one of those little wands from the game machine, oh my, it would be over for everybody.
So true.
I'd be the cutest bitch in the world.
You call yourself a Jonah.
Anyway.
This is what all the children were thinking when they first read Sailor Moon. I would be the baddest bitch if I could win this for my
I'm
game.
going
I need
to be the baddest bitch. It's true.
the cutest bitch in town. That's me. I need to go get my Sailor Moon merch right now. Right now.
I literally would. I love it. And it's so funny to me. There was like a
I mean,
panel where
we're
it was a
joking,
close-up- Oh,
but like
What was
that
that?
is what happened.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
no,
yeah,
yeah.
it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a panel where there was like a little dangly thing at the bottom of I think her sailor outfit, and I was like, that was not fucking there before. Did she just like, is this a new thing? And then I remember the panel at the end of volume 1 where the author is like, yeah, I missed a bunch of fucking details.
Every now and then, my staff would be like, "Hey, you completely forgot this thing on this character." And, we had to start having meetings about it because I ended up like having to write all my 40 pages every month in like a couple days before the deadline. It's a whole fucking thing. She was also just like, I had a boyfriend at the time too. I was kind of ignoring him to do all this shit. I feel bad about that. Anyways,
Truly, but honestly, Sailor Moon comes first. But
It was worth it.
By the
honestly,
way, I think I neglected to mention this. We were talking about the author. The author currently, I don't know if they were dating them at the time. The author is currently married to the Hunter x Hunter writer. She's
oh my
married
God,
to
is
him.
he okay?
What
Can
is
she
that
tell
reaction?
us? I give a fuck about Hunter x Hunter.
What? No, he's fine. Every
Okay,
time.
I'm not asking as if to say, "Oh, is your wife terrible?" I give a fuck about the manga, bro.
I was gonna say,
What?
is he fine? He's still not right.
Well, everything. So what I hear about that is that it sounds like he has medical issues sometimes, but also he just gets obsessed with Dragon Quest every now and then. That's what it sounds like.
Well, I haven't released one in like 7 years, so
Yeah.
Lord.
That's why he keeps posting on Twitter his manuscript pages now. It's been too long since the new Dragon Quest. Okay, it's like what was it Land of the Lustrous, or was it Summertime Rendering? One of them was like, oh yeah, Summertime Rendering.
Lustrous.
Not summer. Yeah, Land of the Lustrous was the great hiatus because she got a PS5. That's what that was.
What a strong.
Oh, he's
name.
doing the author was Ichiban from Yakuza.
Yes, yeah.
I
Yeah,
support
so
it.
we were starting this because we were talking about the you were talking about the were you talking about the no we were
I
talking
was just talking about
the
the trinkets.
toys, the trinkets,
Yes, they're
The trinkets
so
that
the
give them
merch.
their powers.
merch,
other
very
thing-
marketable.
And I oh God, I honest to God wish this continued because it hasn't in volume 2, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. I loved when Sailor Moon put on a new fucking outfit. It wasn't like a superpower outfit, it was just a disguise.
Like the disguise outfits, yeah. It
I
seemed like that
love
was her only power
Yeah,
for a
that
while was
happens.
the
That happens
disguises.
a lot more.
Incognito, within incognito. There's
That happens a
layers
lot
to it.
more in the anime, and she
Yeah.
has
Oh,
like a literal
God.
like disguise pen that she
Yes.
uses, and
Yes.
it's great.
I was
I
gonna say
loved it. I loved it.
in the manga, the disguises don't last long. They last for like 1 or 2 pages, maybe, and then we
Literally.
instantly
And then she has to
transform again.
transform.
And I was just like, huh, this seems like a
just
very
wants to play
interesting.
dress up.
Yeah, I was
Power.
like, this seems like a very interesting ability that we could do a lot more with, but
That'd be so
also
fun.
based on the afterward, it sounded like the author was like, I got no time to deal with. I already started this idea. We got to wrap this up though. We got to transform her now. It was-
Yeah.
I do like the idea of putting on a disguise only to immediately kick down the door.
Yeah, there was the one with
It's just like
the
playing Hitman.
there was the one with the wedding stuff where she transforms into a groom
Into a
outfit.
groom for one
one-
panel, and I was
just
like,
to
this
drop
is
one line,
Yeah.
and then to transform
Marry
again.
hell.
The most real 14-year-old.
I was like, damn. Well, I love that groom fit. I was
Yeah,
like,
yep.
who is this?
Yeah, that was
It
the
was
thing
so
too.
fun.
All the outfits, even though they were only there for a second, I was like, "Yo, these are amazing."
These are
Okay, they're
cute.
having a blast
Oh my God,
with
the
these
dress,
outfits.
the princess dress. I was
Yep,
like, I was
yep.
going crazy. I was like, oh my God, the detail. The
It's so
fashion.
fucking pretty.
Everyone is so fashionable. The girl who knows all the gems, who's like the friend of Furu, she was a Versace girl. I was like, I love your fit.
I think her name was
Talk
Reika
about
or
it.
something. Reiki. Something
Yeah,
Something like that.
I think it was Reika. Reiki would be interesting.
Like that. Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
doesn't matter.
but yeah.
Like Reiki
Yeah,
energy, like
what are some of the bad guy situation we had going on here? We had the evil bus, the mysterious bus. These are all told like
The
weird rumor
devil.
ghost stories that happen. Like
It
one of
really
them is,
was.
It's very
is
monster of the week.
the evil demon bus. I hear there's a bus where if you go to it at like 6 o'clock,
6
it takes you away and you're never seen again. And the bus rolls up as they're talking about it. It says bus number 666, and it's got one of the generals driving it.
He's like, come aboard,
the kids
everybody."
are just like, oh, the bus is here, the bus is here. And then the next shot is like, where's my child? I haven't seen them. Where's my child? Shrine maiden, bring my child.
And he wasn't subtle about it either. He was like, get on this bus, we're going to hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I would not get on.
Oh my
All
God.
aboard to Michigan.
Damn. I
we
like the
had-
haunted. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, what did you like? The haunted
Well, I like the haunted wedding
Yep.
statue for the wedding dress, like the bridal store.
Yes, yeah.
I hope Naru's cousin's fiance was recovered.
Yes.
'Cause
They had
he
mentioned
got-
cousins,
Distress,
and
you say?
they had mentioned cousins, and at first I was like, "Oh, is this it? Is this the cousins meme I keep hearing about? What happened with the cousins?" And I was like, "No, this is absolutely not the cousins meme. This is not the cousins meme that I'm."
What is
referring
the
to
actually?
here.
Don't even tell me what the cousins mean. I don't want to know.
You don't know?
I will
Well, you'll
get
never
there.
find it because it was an anime only thing.
Yeah, it was an anime
Oh.
dub censor thing. It was specifically like getting rid of.
Some
What?
of the Sailor Senshi that show up later are a
Very good
lesbian
friends.
couple.
Yeah, you know.
In the US, they had to censor that. So they just decided to replace every mention of them being a couple with them being cousins.
That's very upsetting.
They
They
did
barely
not change
changed
any of the
anything else.
suggestiveness of those.
So it's
scenes.
just incredibly incestuous.
Oh my god. No.
Which
You know, when
some-
Sailor Alabama shows up.
somebody somehow thought that was better. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
They localized it for English audiences, definitely.
Yeah. Which I did. So with Usagi especially, tons of moments where, I mean, she's obviously obsessed with Tuxedo Mask, but she had tons of moments where she's like blushing hard at these other women
Oh,
that she's meeting.
Yeah, no,
Like-
when
Oh, every time she
it's
sees
so
a new
fu-
girl, she's like, she's so pretty. She's
Every
Yep,
time-
yep.
she falls in love with every girl she meets, and then
Yep.
also has this huge thing for one man.
Man,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
She's just like me.
One of the other girls seemed like they were hitting off with another girl though. Who was it? Was it Ray and somebody else? Was it Ray Makoto? I thought there was like two of the other girls who seemed like they had a connection with each
I'm pretty
other.
sure everybody was into Ray.
That's true.
Yeah,
Ray,
yeah.
Ray was just hot. This is
They're
just,
like, she's
yeah.
so pretty. She's scary. She's so pretty and scary. She's beautiful. She's
Ray,
a model. She's scary.
I loved how Ray's just not putting up with Usagi's shit. Like,
Yeah, she's like, you're dumb. What are you talking about? Why are you acting so stupid right now? God, every time you see a new woman, I'm just like,
'Cause-
Ray.
because I'm gonna be honest. Okay, one of my main criticisms with the series, which I don't have, many huge criticisms, because a lot of it is just like fun and like writing of its time or whatever, with like how the pacing is with all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that stuff I forgive or whatever. But one of the things is all these other characters were introduced with Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, all of them. They were very quickly introduced to them, told like one quirk about them, and then we just kind of move on to the other things once we have them all. We don't really spend
Yeah.
too much time into each of them individually, which I hope happens later on, but I don't know. All I know is we just very quickly, which is one of the things where I hope the anime does take the time to develop them more.
I can tell you 100%. Like, basically every episode, every episode follows the same sort of monster of the week thing, but with every like plot development that happens, they take like an episode or two to let the status quo sort of sit for a minute before they then introduce like more characters.
right.
Like there's a significant portion of the first few episodes where it is just Usagi trying to like be a superhero on her own,
right.
and then like obviously the rest of the Sailor Guardians show up, and with every one there's like a little bit where they are then integrated into the group, and then after that there's the next character gets introduced.
Right, yeah. That makes a lot more sense to do it like that too, because here in the manga, it was literally the first four
good.
chapters. The first four
It's like
chapters.
a breakneck pace. Yeah.
It
Here's
was.
Sailor Moon, here's Mercury, here's Ray, here's Makoto.
It's like
Okay,
the
all right, moving on.
opposite of, Raven Maiden.
Each
Here's-
of them
here's
gets
them.
one character trait. We will not elaborate.
Here's them. We'll do an episode talking more about Tuxedo Mask, even though we've talked about him throughout all of these episodes so far. We'll talk about him specifically.
Shut up.
Also, we'll bring in V. So here's the thing. Here's my thing with Sailor V. Sailor V's introduction to like the team all of a sudden felt like it was one of those things where we were immediately introduced them as like a background, like we know that this thing exists, but we're not gonna seek them out right now or whatever. And then they just suddenly join the squad. I was just like, oh, so was this the author being like, listen, I liked my Sailor V prototype character. I want to integrate her with the squad. And so this is what we've done. I didn't know if it was something like that, or if it was more likely that the original idea was something like, because both of these were running at the same time, if the idea was, this one's going to talk about Sailor V, this one's going to talk about Sailor Moon, and maybe I'll do another series for this Sailor character. And then she realized, like, I can't have, like, 7 spin-off shows, series going at the same time. So let me just...
I will work myself to death.
Yeah. Let me just put them all into this one thing, and then we'll integrate Sailor V into here, and then I can focus on this. And then occasionally I do a Sailor V chapter because I already started that series. Why not? Just bonus memes with that one about her adventures, I guess. That's what I'm assuming happens in that. I have no idea what actually happens in it. So, yeah, that was really my only main criticism was that. And then this isn't really a criticism of the writing itself. It's a criticism of the version of it we're reading. Bro, these are old time fan translations here with the typesetting.
Yeah,
bro, we're doing the meme where like these 3 bubbles are connected. They're making this line horizontal across all 3 of them. This looks awkward as shit, bro. And then we started fucking up with the fonts later on it too for like some of the. I can't read what some of these say.
I couldn't read some of them. They're so thin, and there was like not enough of stroke or like a back drop shadow that was like white or something.
Yeah, which is again not really an issue with the author and how they originally wrote it. This is just how that was done, but it does impact your experience, which is why I would probably recommend checking out the Eternal edition, which I think is the main way you can read it these days. But know that it sounded like the art was slightly different in it, and also the chapter numbers are slightly different. So if anybody here was reading through that version, you just have to try to keep in mind the chapters that we're on, because some of them overlap. Here, there's 12 volumes total. In that one, there's 10 volumes total. In the original release, there was like 18 volumes total. So they've combined them in various ways for more standard sizes over time. And then improved art over time. So various changes went into this. It took me a bit to figure out what version and what order we should check these out, because there's different versions. I was like, which way to do it? But yeah, those are my only main things that were impacting my experience. Was one, the fact that we're not really sitting with these guys. Each of these characters are introduced. They have like one little trait that we're introduced to. And then we're showing their amazing design. Mercury is just like, I'm very smart. Ray is I am a shrine maiden. And also not putting up with your bullshit. Okay. Makoto is I am tall, transfer student, but I'm also kind of like I'm strong, but also sweet. When you come to getting to know me, I'm like a chill girl. I make lunches. I share them with Usagi. Sailor V. Do we know fuck all about Sailor V yet? I don't really know if I know about Sailor V yet. Yeah.
I mean, for a personality, no.
We just, which by the way, Sailor V was of course Sailor Venus. Whoa, never would have expected that one, huh? That's a weird. Wow. That's weird, huh?
Don't meet Sailor A.
And then yeah, because Sailor V was trying to say I am the princess that you've all been looking for, but it was a fake out for like one chapter before we did the big reveal, which was that Usagi is actually the princess all along. Sailor V is the leader of the soldiers meant to protect the princess, and Usagi is the princess all along. Yeah. And her tears can become the silver crystal, it seems. There's still more. She can
be a crybaby.
There's still more mystery, it seems, related to the silver crystal. We don't understand how that works yet, it seems, but we understand that she was able to cry out a silver crystal at some point, which seems to have lost its magic afterwards in some way. Weirdnesses with that we don't understand the full things about. Even Luna was like, oh, if only I had remembered these things that were taken away from my memory. It sounded like, okay, here's my understanding of what happened. We get into lore. All these characters are like reincarnations of like old Moon Guardian people. The Moon Kingdom has been killed off in a big war. They go to the moon at some point to check it out, and it's all ruins. And what we find out is there's a big war that happened between them and the Dark Kingdom, who had also tricked the Earth generals at the time, some of the Earth generals, and those ended up becoming the generals that were fighting against our characters the whole time. One of which was also the original Tuxedo Mask guy, whose name was Endymion, I believe?
Endymion.
Endymion. Yes, it's a reference to a Greek thing, right? It's like a Greek mythology thing. The name.
I actually don't know offhand.
Again.
So they were apparently the Earth Prince, and Usagi was the. Well, I'm sorry. Her actual name is Princess Serenity. Princess Serenity, who was the princess of the moon, and occasionally she would just like go down to the moon and just hang out there, and eventually found the Prince Endymion and fell in love, and then a war broke out, and Endymion sacrificed himself trying to protect Serenity, and then Serenity fucking killed herself.
Very Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. And then I guess Serenity's mom set up this plan in motion. Well, first, Serenity's mom used whatever power she had left in the silver crystal to seal away this dark primordial presence that came from the sun somehow. It's just evil that came from the sun.
That's true.
Also, the sun's their father.
The sun is their father. The son is
Papa.
their father, who just was like, hey, here's this bitch. And this bitch was like, I'll rule everything. I will corrupt these evil boys down on Earth and kill the moon people. And then they did. And then they
again.
Yeah,
and
it's very Greek myth space opera.
Yep.
Yes.
So they sealed away the evil being, but they didn't have enough power at the time, so the seal was not like perfect. So that's why
No,
they're
she did it wrong because she was sad.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
the reason.
It's like my daughter's dead.
which reasonable. And they set the plan in motion was, okay, Luna, we will have your memories taken away. You have to find the reincarnations of Serenity and all the other soldiers, the sailor soldiers, and you have to find the silver crystal. You will not know where these things are.
Wait.
Or you will have your memories taken away as part of this plan, so that the bad guys can't find this out. All their memories will be gone too, I guess, and there will be no issues with the fact that people on our side don't know information about these things. There was, in fact, issues with the fact that we did not know this information. That's fine.
Well,
We had another
kinda.
cat introduced too. So we have Luna, who's the black female cat that hangs out with Usagi. We also had Artemis, who's the white, I believe, male cat who
Yes.
showed up with Sailor V.
Yeah.
And so we got two talking cats. Why not? They both
not
look very
good?
cute, by the way. I love the panels with the cats in them. I love them.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
They're adorable.
I said this
Okay.
during the pre-show, but like we didn't get a pronoun for Luna until like chapter 4 or whatever. And I'm just sticking with Salem the cat for their voice.
I was reading it the same way too, I think.
I was just doing Divine in my head.
I was like, okay, I know Luna's probably a female cat, but also I just think Salem the cat. I just do. When I see black cat, talking black cat, I think Salem. That's what I do. Yeah.
I only knew that she was female because of like maybe one YouTube clip or something. I was like, oh, damn, she's a girl. Okay, well that. But then also when I read, she's got these big old eyelashes, and you need to know if you put eyelashes on something, it's femme.
It's true.
I mean, it's
Now
probably
that's
true.
how they should have. That's what the change they should have made for American audiences.
You
Just
know,
the
eyelashes.
eyelashes off of one of the
no,
sailors.
the
Instead of
Salem
cousins.
witch.
Okay, all right. So, we had another arc where so we dealt with all the generals over time. Every time the generals would be like, this obviously that last guy, he doesn't know what he's doing, but
He
me,
doesn't know
I'm
jack
built
shit.
different. I will crush these women. They're like 14-year-olds. I will crush them all. I will crush them. Nothing could stop me. They're immediately cut to them like a couple pages later.
I'm not owned.
No, I'm not owned. And they're destroyed, utterly destroyed. And then we cut back to the evil primordial being like, what are you doing? You have to find me my silver crystal right
Yeah, hurry up.
No.
Give me some energy if you're not gonna hurry up with that, because I need something.
I need this. I
so-
need this.
In the evil general's defenses, they did actually do better one after the other.
They did. They
That's
did. We
true.
had the one
They
dude.
did.
They did. We had the first dude was like, let me just take over a jewelry shop real quick. That's one of my things. I forget if he died there, but we did that one. We did a bus. We did one of them was trying to brainwash students with a computer tutoring lab thing.
I
Just
like that
start
one.
using the computer. I
She's
thought it was
"You're
gonna be like
slacking
a
off. That's why you're not brainwashed. And she's like, I fucking study by writing down notes. I don't need technology.
I don't need this. We had that one. We had the bridal store one. We had the video store, which just a ton of video stores popping up around town. Blockbuster.
And they're all called like video store.
It's like dark video rental or something.
And then
Yeah,
Ray's like,
video store
my sixth
dark.
sense says that this is bad.
Yeah, but
There's radio stations.
They have anything you could ever want to watch, though. It's even better than Blockbuster. We got Netflix
Even
here
got
now.
Morbius.
We got Morbius here. And then
some
one of them
Morbin
was just
time?
like, Tuxedo Mask has, for some reason, decided, here's how I will find the silver crystal. I will do an interview with the newspaper, I guess, to tell them that I am searching for the silver crystal. And then someone immediately took advantage of that and was like, you know what? I'm just going to take over the airwaves now. And
yeah.
or was that a different thing? I thought that was the same one.
No, it's the same one. It's the
yeah,
same one.
he, like, took over the
He went
airwaves.
to press and he was like, hey, everybody, I'm looking for Sailor Moon and the silver crystal. And everyone was like, we got to find this thing. And then an expert was like, I am an expert. That's not suspicious. I know everything about this bullshit. And they're like,
There's like
that's
evil
interesting.
woman expert.
Yeah, straight up. And then it was like, oh, I'm so glad this fucking idiot has everybody looking for this shit now. Now we can just manipulate them to find it for us. And then they do the airwaves thing and people die and get zapped and all
People
the
die
lights
when
go
they're
out.
killed,
Yeah.
But then Usagi brings them back, so it's fine.
I think at some point one general woke up and was like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I'm freezing shit now. The water's coming and I'm gonna start freezing shit.
He did.
It's going to look like Canada pretty soon.
I'm trying to think too, because there's 4 generals and then there's 4 of the girls, and there's Ray's red, Ami is blue, Makoto is green, and Venus is yellow. And then the generals are Neophyte is pink. So I think
Sailor Moon's supposed to be
thought-
pink or pearl, I guess. Whatever.
she's like a pink moonstone /
Yeah.
pearly thing, I guess. Yeah. But I'm trying to think like the pink to the red. One of them is green. I don't remember because these aren't typical names. Jadeite is green.
Okay.
I think Zeocyte or something.
Zoocyte?
Is Zoocyte blue?
Maybe. I don't know.
And then Nephrite is something else. Like maybe like I don't know. Oh no, hold on. I'm sorry, the green person, Jupiter. Is Jupiter orange or green? It doesn't matter.
I'm
I
assuming
thought there was gonna
green.
be okay.
Jupiter's green.
Okay, Jupiter's green, and then Venus is orange. I thought that we were gonna have a Captain Planet situation.
With our powers combined.
Yeah, and then there's like the evil one, right? There's Captain Pollution. Shut up. Oh, it's not Captain Pollution. I think it's something else pollution. But
No,
you have
No, it is. I think it is.
It
Captain
is Captain
Pollution. I think you're right.
Pollution?
Hold on. Let me get it.
okay, go yeah. So there's planet and then there's pollution, and then all the evil guys, there's like instead of fire, there's like radiation and earth deforestation. And I was like, are we gonna have like matching attacks and like skill sets from like the generals of the earth? But then it didn't happen. We had like I reflect things and I make things out of like dirt, and then everybody makes fun of me when I die because I just made things out of dirt.
And
And then the next guy's like, I'm shadows.
yeah, I make like shadow evil women sometimes that do other things.
Yeah. I really I don't know what.
And then at some point we
I'm a
just
sucker for tropes.
and then at some
Go
point
ahead.
we just took over Tuxedo Mask. We're like, okay, he will be the next bad guy for us.
Oh yeah. And I was
That
like, oh god.
That was the whole thing.
And it didn't even work. He was just like, you're so attractive. So this game, does it lead to like any, I don't know, secret bases? And she's like, I have to know.
Okay, let me explain this. Okay, so here's what this was. It was okay. We had a big fight encounter with everything, and in the end, Tuxedo Mask was kidnapped. He was taken away. He was taken away. By the way, we didn't even really explain. At a certain point, it took Usagi forever to realize this, even though it took Tuxedo Mask was like instantly like, "Oh, you're Sailor Moon." Usagi did not realize until she woke up at his apartment that Chiba was Tuxedo Mask. It took her forever to realize this, and then immediately she's like, "Oh, Chiba, Mamoru." And so so they have the big fight. And Tuxedo Mask is kidnapped by them, and she's just depressed about it the whole time after she's just learned the secret of her past and everything. So she's really depressed about it. People haven't seen her for a few days. They go to check on her. She's fine. She's got longer hair. They cut her hair, and eventually they just bump into Tuxedo Mask, who has been woken up and brainwashed and or cloned. I think he was just brainwashed by them to go into town and pretend to be not Tuxedo Mask. He will pretend to be somebody who looks exactly and sounds exactly and smells exactly and is exactly Tuxedo Mask, but we will say that somebody else believes he is a different person by the name Endo. So when Usagi finds him, he's like, "Oh my god, it's him!" Oh, but the arcade guy says that this is actually his old friend Endo. So I guess it's not him.
I know he looks and sounds exactly like him.
Really good
my
at
memory.
Oh, am I dying? Is everybody else dying?
Oh no, you sound like you're dying.
You're dying. You're always dying, Shep.
Okay, well that's not helpful to me. Not me.
I've died.
Okay, all right, we're all back now, right? We're all back now. Okay, yeah. What were you saying, Galaxy?
Oh, I fully forgot.
Oh, okay. Well, so he just wanted to play the Sailor V game. He just wanted Usagi to teach him how to play the Sailor V game, of course. And like Koda said, he was just like, it'd be funny if this game was like training you to like fight. As a sailor, you kind of look a lot like Sailor Moon. Now that I look at you with your hair and everything, that'd be kind of weird. Anyways, would you? Oh, you've met Sailor Moon before, or you met Sailor V before? You say, "Oh, that's very weird." It'd be very interesting if I could meet her. Or if they had like a secret command center somewhere, you wouldn't have to know where that would be, would you?
It'd be crazy if they like talked or something. If like
talking cats,
Sailor Moon. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, what is this? And I got mad at Makoto. I was like, Makoto, why were you so easily hypnotized, girl?
Here's the thing that I was confused by, though. At some point, they go to the command center, the sailor soldiers. They go to the command center, and one of them is immediately like, Usagi, you have to stay away from that creep. He's deceiving you. He's up to something. And he had somehow infiltrated them while they were going in there. Somebody else, I guess, was easier to who was the one that was easier to brainwash? He said it was
Makoto.
Was it Makoto? Makoto was apparently easier to hypnotize and used her to get into the facility. Which all of that, I'm assuming, happened off screen, because the whole time we ever saw him, he was just like talking to Usagi, being like, "Hey, show me your command center, just look command center."
There was like a couple of frames where like it was at night and she was walking around and she's like, this guy, there's something up with him. And she's like, "Hey, why are you a creep?" And then he's like,
I didn't realize that was supposed to be her until like after he got into the base, because she had a different hairstyle than normal.
I thought it was Reiko. I thought it was Reiko for a moment. I was like, because Reiko was like, I don't remember Furuhara having. I remember his other friend Endo, who looks like a fucking dork. I don't remember this guy. He says he's been friends with him for a while. I don't think that's true. It was a little weird.
It was Makoto because she had the ponytail.
Yeah.
There are quite a few parts in this where it's kind of like, wait, what happened?
With
Where are we now?
Who?
When did you get there?
Which is again more understandable when you read the afterword, where she was like, "Yeah, so I was dealing with deadlines where I had to write everything in like 5 days, and I kept screwing things up. It was a pain. Listen, please understand. Okay, I was doing my best. All right.
I never will forgive you."
you know, and it's you know, those things happen. But overall, like, even those things aside, like, I understood the general gist of what was going on most of the time. I will say though, manga wise, some of the fights, what was happening, this is probably one of the most confusing when it comes to some of the fights of, like, I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's winning. I'm assuming we're winning because this character is saying no, so I'm assuming somebody else is winning, like things like that. I can't tell what's happening, but I think we're winning.
When they all attacked and like something happened and there's like a flash, but I couldn't tell. I was like, okay, all of you are attacking this guy, and he's just like, stupid. And it's like, so you're not hurt? Is this a shield? Like, what? I couldn't tell what their shields. Did everybody have a shield? Like the first guy didn't have a shield really.
Yeah, I was like, what did we bring in shields?
Like,
barriers.
Yeah, and then the other guy was like, I'm actually absorbing your attack, so keep hitting me. It's
the fifth graders dueling each other. Okay. Actually, my sword is stronger than yours. Actually, I have a barrier up.
Yeah, I'm just like, what is happening? So I don't know.
Umineko.
Oh, that sounds great.
Just
a bunch of letters like fighting each other.
Let me read a couple of the messages we got in the chat here from Fuse Hunter, who's in the chat. How's it going, Fuse Hunter? The usual artist. My art sucks when the art in question is insanely good.
It's the truth. I was about to say that too. At the time, it's like, of course, you're gonna say my art sucks. It's like you're just a typical artist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with her, especially with how she was talking about how bad her deadlines were at the time, it probably was also like I had a whole bigger idea for how I wanted the art to look.
That's
it has to look
true.
Which still looks good to us, but to her, she probably had a lot more she wanted to do with it, I guess. I don't know. But again, still looks really good, you know?
Yeah, but also like, damn, girl, what were you trying to do?
Straight up.
If this is what you did.
Yeah. What do we have next? I didn't realize Sailor Moon was going to have arcade gaming as a foundational part of the lore. You know, it's important. Is that, you know, it's the key to everything. It was literally how they were training her subconsciously to fight. Apparently,
It's so fucking funny.
I wish.
Is that how that works? I mean, you know, we had Umino being like, you know, tests, they're just like games. They're easy to do. And I didn't realize we'd be taking that concept and applying it to, like, you know, arcade games. They could be just like actual training.
I didn't realize.
They could be just like actual
I
fighting.
could actually break us over his knee at this point.
This is probably true. Yeah, it's probably true. You know, this is why we don't go to Canada. We're scared of him. What else we got here? It's just a tiny shock. They'll be fine. Oh, everyone get electrocuted. Yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah. After 12, you get instant puberty in this universe. Oh, okay, that's what's happening with them. I see.
Is that real?
I'd imagine more. I'd imagine the action is more understandable than the anime. Oh, probably, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Here we're having the fights happen, but we're more so focused on like the very nice character moments outside of that, where you're seeing like the setup for all these things. You see the nice expressions for these things, and then the gushing over Tuxedo Mask, or the blushing girls over other girls and things like that. And then talking about the concepts of the evil gems and all that. We see more focused on that kind of stuff, and then we're making attempts at the fights. I'm not going to say like we're failing at the fights. We're making attempts at trying to showcase the fights, but there's only so much we can do with the amount of pages we have to work with when we're also trying to do Villain of the Week with like literally one chapter of a manga per month.
Yeah.
Only so much time you can have for that when it's a manga. It works better when it's an anime to do that kind of stuff, because then you can visually see that kind of stuff, but maybe not so much when it's a manga. But it's more so like that at the very least for like the first few chapters, when we're just introducing the new Sailor character every single episode or every single chapter. And then afterwards, we're like more focused on, okay, now we have the team assembled. Now we could start doing the reveals about Usagi's past. Now we can start doing the reveals about Tuxedo Mask and how he's important to everything. We can talk about all that kind of stuff. So now we're more focused when it comes to that, at least. We still have, you know, the minor, okay, this bad guy's doing this weird thing, and now they all have to team up and try to solve that somehow. But right now, my only main thing is I hope we take a step back at some point to develop some of these other members of our team a little more. I'm assuming we introduce more members to the Sailor team at some point, because I know of several Sailor characters that do exist that have not been introduced yet, which I'm assuming they get introduced later in the manga. But if not, I know that they're in the anime at least. So some of which I've seen art of lately. I think one of them I reposted. I forget which sailor person it is. I think it was like Sailor Neptune or something like that. But yeah, because of course we got sailors for all the planets. Of course we got to have a sailor for every planet. Why not? You know,
so many sailors.
Does Pluto count? Do we have a sailor Pluto? Do we have?
Yes, there is a sailor Pluto.
Pluto's
Are they
okay?
I have to ask.
There's a planet now.
I have to ask. Are they the smallest member of the cast?
No spoilers.
That's true. Don't confirm or deny.
No.
But yeah. Okay, all right. I thought that would be very funny though.
Too late. Too late. I already denied it.
All right. Well, I just thought that would be very funny if that's what that turned out to be. Is Sailor Pluto's like a tiny brat that shows up later? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. I mean, I'm assuming that they're gonna be like, because it's gonna be she's the same age as all of them, but she looks shorter, which means they're gonna make her like a brat, probably. I don't know.
They're make her Ari height.
It's like you have one of two paths with that.
About short people.
That they're
We're
brats.
about to beat you up.
The short people are one of two things: they're either brats or they're brats or they're creatures, like a Chio from Azumanga Daioh. Okay, so it's one of two.
I would like to remind everybody that Koda is 5 foot and not an inch taller.
I am not 5 foot. I'm 5'2".
Hey Ari,
4'11"?
Ari, how tall are you?
5'2". What are you?
Ari towers over you. Ari towers over you.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
I literally have proof that I tower over you.
Okay, how about I was probably crouching down in whatever photo you were taking. I was probably like, oh man, my knees from all this walking around is gone. Oh my, I need to take a break.
Because I'm 5 foot.
Walking around on those concrete floors, I probably shaved like an inch or two off. Okay.
I still remember DMing with a friend who was at a con, and Ari apparently met this person, and I was like, "Oh, did you actually talk to this person?" And they're just like, "Yeah, they were very small, very adorable." I was
very
like,
tiny,
very tiny. I was like,
very miniature.
No, stop. This is how I wanted this conversation to go now.
Oh no, I'm not owned. I'm not owned. We gotta go back to bullying Koda. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, that's right. Tiny, small, minuscule.
Yeah. So we've not gotten to Sailor Pluto right now. The smallest member of our cast is probably Usagi. Actually, it's Luna technically, but actually. Actually, who is Ami smaller? I don't actually know how. I know Makoto's the tallest. We made a big point about Makoto's the tallest
for sure. I think Usagi might be.
It's in my head. It's probably going Makoto, Rei, Ami, and then Usagi. I'm sorry.
Where's
I'm
V?
somebody. V. It's gonna go Rei, V, Ami, Usagi. In my head, that's probably how the heights go. But I don't know if that's true.
Makoto, Rei,
I
V.
think Usagi's supposed to be basically identical.
V and Usagi are basically the same height.
Okay. All right.
New tier.
New tier.
New tier.
Silver tier?
No, new. No, new.
It's okay. Take your time.
New topic, or what do you?
No, the things people do on Twitch all the time that is boring
Tier
content.
list?
Tier list, new tier list.
Those aren't boring. Those are fun. Okay, that's content. All right.
All right. Oh god, you would say that. And you're like, oh.
You've done them with us before. You know they're fun.
Have. Well, I'm not gonna let you get the satisfaction of.
You've done them on stream with me before. I don't even know why you're lying about this. We have recorded footage of it. You were like,
I need content. He said, I need content.
You had no problem with any of that content. None.
I was like, oh god, he needs it. He needs the views. I guess I'll do the tier list.
I don't remember what the tier lists were, but I'm sure.
What is this point? Like,
I don't know. What was just the fact that they organized the heights? That's why we bring up tier lists. We're trying to talk about Sailor Moon here, okay? All right. So
okay.
Koda's right though. Koda's right. Best girl. Yes, I was gonna bring this up at some point. Okay, who are our favorites here? Let's go in order and let's see. Okay, I said let's go in order. Okay, let's go in order here. Okay, I said order. Okay, order in the court. Order in the court. Okay, Sailor Aztec. Okay, Sailor Aztec. Who's your favorite member of the cast here?
I think I like Makoto most in theory, but like Usagi's the only one with a character
Yeah.
so far.
Ignore character development so far, I guess, when it comes to that, and just focus on like which, I don't know, either design wise, personality wise, you think that you might like, I guess. But yeah, so because again, my hope is that we develop them more, but we're not there yet. So okay, so you're picking Makoto. You're locking in Makoto in theory. All right, Roboshido, what are you picking? What do you got?
I would probably go with Sailor V.
Sailor V. All right, interesting.
Why? No, we need explanations now from everybody.
Koda said
Yeah,
pressure.
hashtag and then yeah.
I feel like I like the beautiful model type. Like if this was a VN, I would be going for her route first.
Oh, I feel it.
Of
valid.
course.
Is there a
Well,
Sailor
good for you, Shino. Because do I have news for you?
Is there a Sailor Moon VN? Is there? I wouldn't be surprised,
No, I don't
actually.
know.
There's probably several Sailor... I gotta look it up if there are Sailor Moon games. There probably are Sailor Moon games.
There's some games, I
I
remember.
can absolutely guarantee you there's Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
List of Sailor Moon games. Oh, yeah, we have several Sailor Moon games. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, question. Is there a Sailor Moon fighting game?
Oh,
Probably-
I can
probably.
assure
There
you.
better be. I feel like there is.
We got
Yeah,
beat 'em
most
ups.
of it's
Showed up
once
and,
again.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, the very first one listed is a beat 'em up video game developed by Arc System Works a while the manga like first started releasing. So okay, all right, we got plenty
there
of
you go.
we got plenty of things here. Yeah, fighting 2D game. Yeah, most of these are like fighting games. It seems.
Yeah.
Shino, somebody beat you to the punch. Somebody made a Dojin dating
Oh.
sim
Oh.
specifically for Venus.
Yo,
Yeah,
hell
that sounds
yeah.
right.
Peak
Well, go ahead.
Peak
enjoy.
fiction? Bonus meme stream.
Yeah, do it.
Do it, coward.
Do it.
Aztec, did you have a specific reason for Makoto?
I just like the design, just cute.
That's fair. That's valid. Sailor Arimia.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
Usagi.
Usagi.
She's so real.
Why?
She's so real
You like crying all the time?
and sleeping
Goddamn right.
That's vile.
and sleeping. Yes. Sailor Armstrong. Okay.
Me?
What do you got for us? Yeah. Why
gotta change my
Armstrong?
name.
What's Armstrong?
Okay, here's the question.
Because she wants to explore the moon.
I was thinking,
Oh,
I was like, okay,
Oh,
in volume 2,
Make an
right?
announcement.
When they get to the moon, because this is in the 90s, I'm like, why wouldn't Neil Armstrong say something about the fucking moon kingdom?
what?
Like, why would he not say anything? He was
did
on
wonder.
the moon.
I did wonder when we went to the moon. I'm like, was the moon landing not a thing in this realm? Was the moon landing actually faked in this realm, or
Look,
is
the
that what
moon's a
started the
big
war?
place, okay?
Is this what
It
started
was
the
filmed
war? I
on
don't-
location, but then they assassinated him.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's tragic.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got
Look-
him and JFK at the same time.
All right,
Yeah,
Koda,
release
who's
the
your
Like they dropped you in the woods in upstate New York, and you're like, yeah, the Statue of Liberty's a myth.
yeah. All right, Koda, who's your pick?
Oh God. Oh God. Why would you put me through it?
You're literally one of the ones that came up with the idea of this topic. So,
I was
if
thinking
it
about
isn't the
everybody else
consequences of
above
your own
me.
actions, okay?
I'm selfless. Okay,
too bad.
I really like. Oh God. I'll tell you who I don't like. I don't give up. I'm sorry, Shino. I don't care about V.
Damn.
I know she
Fight,
just didn't have enough time to develop. She was just like, I'm here.
That's not her fault.
Not
Be
like
nice to
that.
her.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
She knows
I
approaching
think-
your location.
Rapidly.
Get her
Shino
ass.
knows where I live, and it's terrifying. Well, you know my general. Anyway, well, okay. I think I like Ray the most because she's so fiery and passionate, and
That's
she
fair.
did say that she was like, "I'm going to set you on fire for playing with women's feelings. I'm with my high heels. I'm going to punish you."
Yes, I remember that line. I remember it, and I physically lifted up both my arms and said, "Cinema, absolute cinema."
I was like, okay, you win. But I like Ami too because Ami is so cute and so sweet, and they like hit it off well with Usagi as like friends. I also like Usagi. because she's just her. She's the it girl.
Yeah.
And I
She's
love
the biggest fucking
Makoto.
loser.
She is. She's dumb and she's scared and she cries. But then, okay, volume 2, and I think I really okay. Maybe Usagi is the best. Oh, it's so tough. In volume 2, all she does is fucking pine after
Yep.
and Demion, and I'm just like,
Hey, she likes to cry.
I'm like, you're so precious, and your love is so pure. I love you. You deserve the best. Please reunite. Don't stab yourself again in the heart.
Try not to die,
No,
please.
babe, don't kill yourself.
Please. I think it's Usagi for me. Oh God.
You're locking it in, Usagi. Final answer.
It's Usagi.
All right, it's Usagi. Locked in. Put it on the record. Koda fucking hates Ami and Rei. All right, hates him. Didn't even acknowledge Makoto. Hates him. All right, Lady Galaxy. I'm sorry, Sailor Galaxy. What's your pick?
Yes, thank you. As the person here who knows the most about Sailor Moon,
Damn.
I'm gonna have to say all of them, and fuck you for trying to make me choose.
Well, this gun
so
that's
real
pointed
for
to your
that.
head says you are choosing one.
Pull the fucking trigger, Piglet.
You're so real for that. Why did I not have the strength to say no?
Damn.
If I
right.
do have to pick specifically,
Yep.
I will give it to my favorite ship, Mako and Ami.
Based. All right.
What?
It's so cute.
But they're after the same guy. They love Furu. I guess you're
Yeah,
saying
because
fuck
I don't
Furu.
know.
They
Well,
don't.
yeah, obviously.
Iconic.
I don't give
all
a
right.
fuck about a man.
You're right. Ray would agree.
True. All right, Shadow Man. What's your picks or pick? Usagi.
Why?
Going with Usagi. Why?
Not much. The character's had too much development yet. I don't know.
All right,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. She's the main one that we can. It's easy to grow closer to because, again, yeah, a lot of them have only been like, here's this character's personality, here's their design, and here's their attitude towards Usagi. These are like the 3 things that you get, and then you don't really
It's
get
a
too much else.
combination of a lot of the other characters haven't gotten like time or development, and Usagi is a really strong character.
She is.
Yeah.
Volume 2 really sealed the deal for me. Oh my God, my heart is fluttering. Oh.
that was her every like 5 pages. Yeah.
It was. I was like, I'm getting sick of this.
Tuxedo
But
mask.
she's like, his hand is so warm. Is that him? My hair is so long.
He feels just like him. I feel like I can tell him everything. I have to leave.
Secrets. My secrets.
Oops, I let him know that I know Sailor V. Oops.
I have to
She's
go.
just so deeply genuine about all of it that you can't help but love her.
Yes, actually. Oh.
All right, now for the most important opinion, which is mine, okay? Tuxedo Borg here, okay? All right.
Yeah, let's go.
I vibe the most with Ami, I think. I'm so psyched for whenever we actually get more about her. However, close runner-up, Rei, fucking hot, okay? Not dealing with Usagi's bullshit. And she's got 2 fucking crows. She's got 2 fucking crows. Bro,
she does have 2 crows, but they don't do anything.
She's awesome in concept, okay? But Ami is probably who I'm gonna relate way more to as a character. So, yeah.
I will never say any character is hot in this show about
14-year-olds.
No, okay. Listen, I don't mean it like that. Fuck all of you, okay? Fuck all of you. I hate you all.
What do you mean?
I hate you all. Koda, you were literally talking about how okay. Not go.
What?
No.
Coda's giggling like a 14-year-old.
Coda was literally like, Ray was talking about her high heels stepping on it. Okay.
I didn't say step on me. I just said she said.
Yeah, Coda. Yeah. It's okay, Coda. It's okay. Okay. Coda's just like, oh, I don't want to say that, even though I basically did. It's fine. I'm just gonna, shit on you for it. I won't make you feel awkward for it.
We are moving on. We are truly moving on.
Okay. All right. What else we got here? Are we okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are we good? Okay.
Are we good?
I'm dead, but I'm all right.
Okay. Why you gotta make this awkward? Okay. What else do we got here? Does anybody else have any? I think we talked about the main plot points of the 2 volumes for this week, right? We talked about
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. How are we feeling about Tuxedo Mask as a character? Because we talked about each of the individual characters as much as we could. Tuxedo Mask has had development though.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Tuxedo Mask?
All right, so his main motivation is getting his memories back, and he wants a silver thingy for that. But like, he was 6. What memories does he think he had?
Yeah,
He
his
can't
backstory was
remember
like,
even before then.
Like, why does he think people are lying to him about what his name was?
Look,
yeah.
okay.
He was
Well,
like, I was in a
because
car accident. He was like, I was in a car accident when I was 6. Both my parents died, and the doctor said this was my name. I don't even know if that's really my name. I don't know what my life was like before. I don't have the memories. I keep hearing a voice saying, "Find the silver crystal." I don't know what that is. I'm gonna keep looking for it.
That's probably why.
The thing is, we kind of know that is true. Not necessarily that people are lying to him, but that he did have like this entire other life that he just doesn't remember.
Right.
So I think it's less literally like what was life like for me as a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old or whatever, and more just that constant sense of there is this piece of me that is missing, that I know is missing, and this is the only thing I have that can potentially explain why this part of me is gone.
That void.
Yeah.
And we experience it
Could
anyway.
estrogen have saved her?
Oh no. Good lord. And we know as well from when Usagi starts getting her memories of being the Princess Serenity, right? So I just imagined once that part happened, I was like, oh, that's why he's probably had glimmers of something in his own dreams before. He's probably realized it sooner. Or had a head start in beginning to realize versus Usagi, who's just like, oh, and finally fucking fell into having memories.
The thing is, Usagi, because Usagi's parents are still alive and she has like this family, she never had to like confront. She never felt like anything was missing.
Yeah, she just had a life.
Yeah, she was just a normal fucking kid until all of this other shit started happening. Whereas Mamoru was, literally alone for basically his entire life.
So sad. That's my contribution.
I agree.
Thank you. I think with my feelings on him, I was upset when he kissed her after the princess ball party. When he saved her because she fell off the balcony and she was like, "Oh, let me use my pen. Thanks, Luna." And then they Mary Poppins their way down to and then she like fainted after she used like another power. I think she had a new tiara because her old tiara that she was using for a boomerang got burnt up by Ray when it was like attacking Jadet. And then like a new tiara came when she, I guess, felt the love that she has for love.
It just happens. Tiaras just grow when you feel love. Yeah.
Honestly, truly, from her
women can
fucking
just
forehead.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's true.
When she fainted after using her power to like help everybody or whatever, he put her down in some place. I don't remember if it was in the castle or the embassy. I think it was because his house is not that goddamn extravagant. So it was at the embassy. There was like some place that he was able to layer down, and then he was like, "Mwah." And I was like, dude, come on. You guys did not even have like he didn't really show chemistry for her, probably because we're not following the story from his viewpoint at that point. It's
Yeah.
all from behind Usagi. So all I'm getting is her crushing, and this guy's like, "You're annoying," and then it's like, "Huh, okay, the Sailor Moon. Mysteriously we meet up all the time. Anyway, I saved you. Bye." And now you're giving a smooch. I just felt like I was like, "There's no." This was sudden, and I got a little annoyed by that. But other than that,
Was that the scene? There was one scene where like it looked like he was about to kiss her while she was passed out, and then the cat was like, "Get the fuck away from her." I was like, "Yeah, please, get the fuck away from her. What are you trying to do here, man?"
Yeah, it was that one. It was that one. I forgot that Luna came to the rescue. Thank God.
Yeah, because for a while,
I think there's an argument.
Sorry, go on. No, you go on. Sorry.
I think there's an argument to be made, not necessarily like in defense of Tuxedo Mask, but a big thing in Sailor Moon is this idea of predestination, obviously, because they're not just like reincarnating, but sort of becoming these other versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Usagi kind of struggling with that, and that idea of like, am I still going to be myself? And I wouldn't be surprised to an extent if that was influencing, like, they're obviously the like faded romance couple, whatever. So probably a certain amount of it is like him literally feeling that predestination pull.
Yeah,
it does not make it okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was just my later on. Like everything connects better after knowing all of this stuff, but at the time I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, I think I don't know with volume 1 because everything was like we have to rush to get these beats out so we can actually get to the rest of the story. I didn't really feel like he was much. You know, it's like there's this mysterious guy. He wears a tuxedo and a mask, if you can hardly call it that, the mask part. And he turns up, and then he might help, and then he'll go away. And I was just like, okay. I didn't feel any particular way. And when she started like having a crush on him, like immediately, I didn't feel any particular way about it either. I was just kind of like, this guy's here. I think I literally started liking him after I realized, oh, you guys are destined and you're reincarnated and you love each other. And it's so obvious that you have these intense feelings. I love love. So that's when I started liking him, I think. But that's it.
love love.
I love love. I can't help that I love love. Okay. Sorry.
Live, laugh,
I'm
love.
sick.
I mean, that's what Sailor Moon is about.
That's true. The power of love.
Without love, it cannot be.
You just clipped up at the
God
end.
damn
And
it,
I'm
Ari.
glad.
She does that. She does that. She understands. The Umi Neko people, they know. They understand what was being
They
said.
know.
Try
Sorry,
not
what?
terrible. I don't.
Oh, so
You don't even need to know. You don't need to
without,
know.
without love, you know. Anyways,
Didn't use red letters. Didn't even matter.
yeah, true. Okay. Artists in the group. Okay, how did we feel about the art, the visual
Love it.
presentation going on here? Okay, what do we have any comments about that
the art.
specifically? I mean, anybody else too, but I asked the art specifically because they might be able to talk more specifically about like techniques
Damn.
and shit like that. I don't know.
If you're not an artist, get the fuck out. This
Oh,
is
okay.
our town.
Goodbye.
Don't
Okay.
leave.
All right, see ya.
All right. Well, are you still here? Just kidding.
Oh, they teach art in accounting now? Is that what that?
Oh yeah. Art.
All right, go on.
I really like. Okay. I love the amount of sparkle.
Yep.
It's like a disgusting amount of sparkle. But what I will say, I really love the lack of like hard shadows. It was like a gray tone, screen tone, and a lot of white during and this was a lot in volume 2. The softer moments of like memory, like who is he? Who am I? Do I love each other? Like blah blah blah, stuff like that. I really felt the like ephemeral sense of like groundlessness and floating with the way that they handled the art there. I noticed a lot of there is a panel. I wish I had it. I didn't save it. And I don't remember the context at all, so this is not very helpful. but I like the way that she does some of the paneling. I'm trying to think about making a comic myself, and one of the things I always ask, I'm like, how do people like decide how to do their panels?
Yep.
There was an arrangement that I really liked. It was like a lot of gutter space, and there was a gradient, like a dark gradient at the top, and then it lightened up, and there's a bubble. And then it cuts into like this little like square, and in the square there's a bubble in the square.
Okay.
That's it. There's nothing else. And then as you go further down, there's like a floating box, and then there's like a long panel, and then there's like there's all these different like patterning, textures, tones, whatever, to kind of convey like the evil and like the stress of thinking about the Dark Kingdom. I think it's a boxy pattern that looks like it has a lot of like, it looks like it's like a bunch of roots or something like that. I really
Okay.
like that texture. And I like the way that she handled paneling in that one. It's really just, it's so fun. And oh my God, the fashion is it's so nice.
Yeah.
I've been playing so much Infinity Nikki, okay?
I should have known.
Infinity Nikki mention, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I've been playing
Yeah, we know a little
so-
fashion here. We play Infinity Nikki. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, that's true.
Everybody is okay. When the like fake, I know I'm the expert on bullshit. Silver Crystal and Listen to Me was on air.
Yep.
She had an earring that was a tiny purse in a hoop
Yes,
earring.
I noticed that.
I was like, oh my God, I love you guys. I don't know.
That's
I
Minako for you.
really like it. Oh, what was that?
That's Minako for you.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I really, and oh my God, everybody sparkle. I think the only thing, and it makes me laugh when I do notice it. Sometimes the faces when they're doing like that, like intense, like shoujo face, their lips, she'll like shadow the lips, and I'm like, man, that mouth is so close to your nose, and you have so much chin. but other than that, I'm like, I love everybody's glimmering, sparkling eyes, everybody's full lashes, everybody is cute and pretty, and they all are like, oh my God, you're so cute, you're so pretty. And like they all acknowledge any chance they get, even if you're a stranger.
They're all
like,
blushing
wow, so
as
beautiful.
they're saying it.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my God. And the flowiness of everything, the hair, the skirts, these elegant, elongated like limbs, this like mannerist almost style, I guess you could say, to it, if you want to go all the way back. Hello, I took 2 semesters of art history back when I was in college. But it's so elegant and fun and just a dream. I really liked the art. I really liked reading this shit. It's so fun and it's so cute. And I feel like I'm like a kid again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. My when I check out the art, the main thing I notice is the big difference between the cute, expressive, like comedy moments, and then the next page is literally like, here's the gorgeous, like we're now focusing on this character's looking at this other gorgeous character moment. It's a lot more detail, a lot more focus, very good. It's especially like that when we're going between like Usagi having awkward reaction to situations and then shifting to the battle that she's currently involved in. She's like, what does this thing do? What do you mean the pen? What are you talking about? You talking cat? Why are you talking? Oh, there's the bad guy. Hold on, I have to transform real quick. Whoa. And it's like all looks really nice in that next one. It's very nice to like see that difference too, because it looks good on both ways of it too. You know, it looks very nice with the fun, expressive, cutesy kind of view, and then it looks like gorgeous with like the more detailed view of the like the action shots with those, or the hero shots, I suppose. Yes, it's very nice. I did also some of the paneling at first with like the earlier chapters had me all over the place a bit with the, how do I say this? They seemed very busy at times with a lot of things at first, where I'm like, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking right now. There were times where it was hard for me to focus while I was reading it at first. It took me like a few reads to understand what I just tried to process. That might just be a me issue or whatever, but it seemed like some of the things going on had like a lot of busy stuff going on with all the things and like jumping between them. But it was like fine once I like understood what was going on with it and I like looked back on it. But the first go through, I was like a little bit like, what is you know, I understand the things that we're saying. Well, why am my eyes jumping to this area, whatever? I noticed it like subtly with those kind of things, but that kind of just went away over time, either by nature of me getting used to it or by virtue of we just got better at directing the reader to read this better for these kind of things, for like the way that we want the art to catch your attention kind of deal, maybe.
Right.
Those are the main things I noticed with it. Yeah, like I said, the attention to detail once we like lock in on that is like very, very nice and looks very beautiful. Yeah. Any other comments from other people about visual presentation, art side of things? If not, does anybody have any other topics they wanted to bring up and discuss?
Wait.
Yep.
I got one more thing.
Okay,
I
what's your
don't like
thing?
the way she draws when the characters who are evil turn like their ugly selves. I'm just like,
They look
like,
kind of melty.
yeah, I'm like, what's happening here?
Well, so that was the thing. Those are supposed to be like shadow evil women, right? They're not actually supposed to be there. They're like shadow version of those people, or are they like minions that they summoned? I was confused with that. Are they like supposed to be? What is going on with that?
I think it's like a shadow projection of themselves if they're not already. No, it's a shadow projection of themselves.
Okay,
I think,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're darkness, so you know.
Right. Yeah.
You're
That's how that
working it
works.
out.
Yeah, you work it out.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you know anything about like darkness,
What's that supposed to mean?
if you ever like turned off the lights, I don't know, you would know.
It gets all melty. That's true.
Yeah.
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 Happened to me once.
Are you okay?
No. It's unrelated.
The joke never gets old.
I've got friend ones actually.
I'm secretly very funny.
Is that true? Is that true?
Very secretly.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Wow. Do you have like a secret like sense of humor? I wonder if you can tell me all about it.
I've never told a joke in my fucking life.
Have a secret base you know about? Huh?
Yeah.
Some kind of
You
entrance.
would fucking accuse me of this?
You heard of,
I'm free.
silver crystal.
Yeah, what's that? I've been hearing about that a lot. What are you wearing?
I can't believe you would fucking ask me that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll take it back.
Not that kind of dream.
Let's see.
What? Shut up. I hate you.
All right, everybody, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Shino, I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk in case you had anything, because I don't think we heard from you for a while. Did you have anything you wanted to discuss specifically, or any opinions you wanted to convey to us about anything with this?
Let's see. I feel like most of the stuff that I had in mind was already discussed, but I guess just +1 on the breakneck pacing of the character introductions. I was kind of surprised when they had like a combo attack. I was like, I don't even know these people yet.
They had a combo attack
already?
They did. They had a combo attack. They all called out their element and their planet or whatever, and then they all shot a Sailor Moon beam, I guess, or something. They did a Sailor Moon
but
thing.
then the guy was like, I just absorbed it, idiot. So I was like, oh fuck.
They were like, Sailor Moon, use a barrier to protect yourself. We're gonna start blasting. And Sailor Moon's like, no, wait, it's he's still. They still have Tuxedo.
I don't know anything about him.
They still have him. I gotta find out. And then they it's fine. It was.
I love that. I love that so much.
What else, Shino?
Girls good, and
True.
I guess it's kind of like, it definitely feels like the demographic is on the younger side, but like I think it's also like an older series, so I will try to not let my other impressions of magical girl shows color it, I guess.
Yeah, very older. I don't know if it was. I'm assuming it's not the original Magical Girl series, but it's probably one that made it extremely popular after it became popular as an anime. I'm assuming. I don't know the history of Magical Girl stuff to be able to say that definitively.
Yeah, it's not the first one, but it's definitely like the most famous one.
Yeah, the most marketable, especially.
Still.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
It's probably an older thing, like
I'm trying to remember because I used to know this, but I can't. Ugh.
I think I looked this up at some point.
I think it's like a solo magical girl type, since like I feel like a lot of the older ones were like a single person, like single protagonist.
Oh, one person saving.
This quick Google search says Sally the Witch in 1966.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, Sally. Okay, Sally. What's up? What's new
Let's
with
see.
you, Sal Gal?
Sally the Witch, with a concept inspired by the American sitcom Bewitched. Really? Oh, damn.
Oh, okay.
Anime adaptation produced by Toei Animation is regarded as the first magical girl anime. What, can I see what it looks like? May I see it? No.
You're not allowed.
Sally the
Banned.
Witch anime. Let me look up. Sally the
None of
Witch
you are free of sin.
anime. Oh my god. This is black and white.
Oh my god!
Oh wait, Maho Tsukai Sally? Oh, okay, we've heard this opening on fucking AMQ before. The one that goes, Sally.
Is that good?
This is literally the opening, yeah.
It's Sally.
I mean,
That's
it makes sense this would be the first one. This shit's in like black and white. Yeah.
straight up.
Oh, that's cute.
And,
Ooh, there's that quality.
But yeah, so this is definitely not the first, but it's probably the most popular one, and it's where we get actually these days, and I know this from experience. I literally asked this as a question in my cosplayer interviews when I went to Anime Boston. Okay, you can see that video on the channel, and one of the questions was name a magical girl series, and most of them just said Madoka. Madoka has eclipsed Sailor Moon as like the most the first one that people name because it's just newer and it's a deconstruction of it, I guess. So it's more.
This is the only one I've actually watched.
Yeah. It's more popular these days for people to know or like reference and think about immediately, probably, maybe. But Sailor Moon's one where it's one of those ones where like that. So I'm assuming it's one of those ones that most people just know, even if they haven't seen it, but they're still referencing things like Madoka because it's more likely they've actually watched Madoka than Sailor Moon these days, probably. This is probably more so what's happening. They probably know Sailor Moon, but it's not the first that comes into their head for some people. But I think it was like all Madoka. One person said eventually Sailor Moon, I think, and then one other person said magical girl something. It was like a
Raising Project?
I don't think it was Raising Project. I think it was something else. It was like a fucked up I think it was like a fucked up magical girl doll thing. I don't remember what it looked like. The cover looked fucked up. I remember I put it on the video. I don't remember it. Magical Girl Apocalypse. That's what it was. Magical Girl Apocalypse. He said it was very gory. So yeah, that's what it was.
That's it.
And I was like, that's the first time somebody didn't say Madoka today. He's like, well, that's that's just how it is. And then someone said Sailor Moon afterwards. So yeah, so let's drop Sailor Moon. Let's talk about Madoka Magica now, because clearly this is a more popular magical girl series here. I don't even know if it has a manga. I'm pretty sure it didn't start as a manga. It didn't start as a manga. It came afterwards.
Okay.
It started as an anime project, and then they've made several manga about it in afterwards.
Interesting.
Let me catch up on the messages we got in the chat here. So we got all these are still from Fuse Hunter. We got didn't have too much of an issue understanding the action, but sometimes it took several passovers for it to stick. I agree. Sailor Pluto gets retconned out. I don't know if this is true. Short people got that energy. I could say that as a tall person. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got that energy.
Makoto for me, green, tall, lightning powers, strong, and romantic, and a ponytail to seal the deal. These are all based points.
She
all
is
based.
so romantic. That's true. She was like, my heart was broken, but then the wind carried me here. I was like, girl, you're like 14.
Yeah, but that's what being 14 was like.
And then Fuse Hunter was talking about when we were talking about the Sailor Moon games, Fuse Hunter was me like, there is and it's busted. Play the fighting game on stream. It'll be great. And I think Fuse Hunter has also gone into the Discord and linked us fighting game memes related to Sailor Moon. So we'll have to check those out.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Shadow also jumped into the stream chat to say, but does it have a 1-frame startup command grabs? This is the same person. This is the same person who, when we played Umineko, he was like, I've never played a fighting game before, guys. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Can you command grab me on Wake Up?
What else?
Wave dash.
Fuse Hunter also said, I have to dip for a bit, but I need to drop fighting game cinema in the Discord. And then they came back later on and said, Sailor Moon is good. Hot take from me. That's a very hot take. I don't know if you can take that one.
That's crazy. What
No, it's too hot.
Madman.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Let him cook.
Damn chap.
Okay, do we have anything else we need to talk about, or anything else that people wanted to bring up before we essentially
I got a couple of things.
All right, what you got? What you got for us?
All right. First of all, going into this, didn't expect there to be like an actual serious storyline, or for it to be as coherent as it has been.
Okay.
Kind of expected to want to drop it immediately, and I'm actually enjoying it. So that's nice.
You were expecting more of the villain of the week, like it was towards the beginning, probably. Yeah.
That was the praise, and the negative thing I want to say is like, so there was toward the end of the second volume, there's this one scene, and it's like, hey, we got the space sword. It's kind of poisonous. It's super hard. We can break a diamond with it.
That's right.
They does with the history and they find the sword.
All right, so they're like, yeah, the sword is super hard. It can break a diamond. That's not how diamonds work. You could break a diamond with a hammer. You could grab a rock outside and break a diamond with it. Hard means that it'll scratch things, not that you can't shatter it.
Yep. Land of the Lustrous taught us that. Yeah, we were. I was just reading that and I was like, that's not how that works. But they're just trying to show us that the sword's super, super strong, I guess. But I don't. That's not how that
they
works.
failed.
Yeah, true.
I will say the sword is not something I remember from the anime.
It's not something. It's something I almost forgot to even mention tonight. I remembered they went to Ami's condo at some point. She lives in like a luxury condo,
like
because I guess her family's rich.
$100,000 condo.
Because I think it was something
her
like
mom's a doctor.
her mom's a doctor. Yeah. So they got money. Okay. So they go in there and they're like, oh, it's got like marble floors. Don't scratch the sword on the ground. Immediately scratches the sword on the ground.
Like, why are you so clumsy, Sailor V? That's something they did mention. Sailor V's clumsy. Yeah,
they tried to throw away mention. Sailor V is kind of clumsy. And it was just like, I dropped the sword once immediately after you guys told me not to drop the sword. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess.
So clumsy.
I guess.
That's Minako for you.
I was just reading that like, okay, this is the author trying to be like, she's got a personality, guys. Look. All right, what else you got, Aztec?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay.
I just have a minor nitpick that I really needed to get out.
The other thing about the sword, because we got the sword when they went on the trip to the moon, which at some point we just decided to go on a trip to the moon. Just because we're like, we got no other clues. Let's just go to the moon. So they wait until a full moon, and then they go to it. The other thing was we just found a recording of Sailor Moon's
mom,
who gave us the whole backstory thing that we already went over. But I guess this is just all told from a magical AI recording of her. It sounded like it was not magic. It sounded like it was like a computer system that they have, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
have a computer
both.
system.
It's some space opera bullshit.
Okay.
Sufficiently advanced science
It's
and
like
whatnot.
Eternity Main and like the love of, I don't know, being a fucking moon person.
Okay, all right. Well, anyways, apparently it didn't have enough power to last longer than the story, so she went away.
She had a long story.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And yeah, what else did we have regarding that? Because the moon was just, these are the ruins. Used to look very nice. Shit's fucked now. Here's a sword that's stuck in the ground. Trying to pull it out. And I thought, okay, we got a sword stuck in there. They're not going to be able to pull it out. We're going to need to do some magical bullshit. Someone's going to be special selected. And it was just like, Sailor V walked up to it, instantly pulled it out. It was just
Straight
like,
up.
oh, I guess this is mine now.
She did struggle with it for a second, but yeah,
That's true.
She did just pull it out like
One
immediately.
second. Yeah.
I was like, they listed like 3 other girls to try this out, and the first one got it. So I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, and then Luna was like, this sword is for all of you guys. I'm like, they couldn't even pull this thing out. So what do you mean to wield it? Give that to Sailor V.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll eventually remember to use it. I mean, they probably did use it in some fight, and I just didn't notice it because.
No, they haven't.
No, they haven't yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's there. It's ready.
It's very heavy. It's kind of hard to do anything with.
It's fine if you play.
Have you held it before?
Just pick a different arcade game that has to do with sword fighting. They'll train you for it. You know, that's how that works.
Yeah, it's like Persona. You gotta get your stats up by playing arcade games.
Yep. True. I was trying to think if there's any other details. I remembered Umino, the throwaway dorky character, at some point was like, Sailor V, that's old school news. I'm not looking for Sailor V. I'm gonna look for Sailor Moon. And like this, like Usagi's just right there with the other girls, just being like, oh my god, does he know our secret? It's like, this is a nobody character. Why are we what are we worried about?
It's not even that. She's just like, yeah, cool,
Like, so
great.
suspicious. Literally.
Anyway.
I mean, this was at the point where they were doing the broadcast to brainwash people to search for Sailor Moon. So this is why he was obsessed with looking for Sailor Moon. But they were all like, oh, he scared me. Oh, he scared the shit out of me. Where did he come from? Oh, no. Is he looking for her? Oh, that's a little weird. He's a little scary or whatever. And then they just moved on from that.
He should have overheard and been like, what are y'all broads talking about?
Is that how he talks? Is that how he talks?
Hey, toots.
It's not far off.
Oh, this broad.
I love it.
Okay. What else? Is there anything else we have before we wrap this up? Anybody have anything else they want to bring up specifically? Any thoughts, opinions, random connections, anything?
I can see why this is so well loved.
Yeah.
Usagi is just so cute and sweet.
Yeah.
Is that the reason? It's just her looks. What about her personality?
Her personality is I sleep
He
and I
said
cry.
sweet.
I said sweet, are you deaf?
You can refer
I
to
don't
more
like
than
you.
just looks.
Listen.
Fight.
I'm gonna fight you.
Okay.
Sailor Armstrong landing.
Ari's like,
Nathan Reed
okay.
from down there?
Ari just comes out like, okay, you're short.
I don't even have to say it. I just have to look down at her.
No.
Ari's like, finally, someone shorter than me. You're short. Immediately.
So what? I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna flip the bird.
I'm looking at the stream, and the stream is just Ari next to a little hamster, just bullying the hamster.
I'm a baby.
You're so short.
Yeah, give me
Oh,
some
no.
sunflower seeds.
What?
What?
I'm a hamster.
I was like, wait.
Also, wait, why is it not showing your Sailor thing on stream? It just shows Coda on stream.
Oh my
It's not showing.
Good.
Hold on,
That's not.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, change
Anyways.
me. Change me to Sailor Armstrong. The
They don't
purple
even.
hamster.
They haven't. The stream hasn't even realized the joke that's been going on. Okay, everybody loves your joke.
Everybody loves me. Oh my god.
Everybody
You love
loves
me.
your
You
joke.
really, really love me.
Everybody loves your joke. Can I?
Thank you.
remove
Anyway,
this
yeah,
thing?
I see why it's such a well-loved series.
Oh, it's because I had you set to the hamster that did that. I'm gonna change you off that.
Boo.
It should be fine. It didn't work. It still is your name being like that. I don't know why it's like that. Anyways, never mind. Okay. Anyways, anything else that we have before we wrap this up?
It's Women's History Month.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yes. What do you mean?
That
Name
is
100
true,
women.
yes.
Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury.
I think Ava's somewhere in there.
You got nine of them right there.
Oh my god.
Beatrice is like 5 of them.
Beatrice.
There's like 5 Beatrices. That probably works.
This is tragic. Anyway, yeah. Well, Sailor Moon for Women's History Month. There's so many women, and they all made history.
Why
Is
do you
that
have to
true?
say it like that?
Like what?
It's wrong when you say it specifically.
Oh, you're talking around.
Oh.
Anyway.
Wow.
Umina, best character.
The last thing that I wanted to say was reading this was a lot like, wow, they sure did rush through like all of this so much. And I really missed the the music and the voice acting from the show.
Yeah.
And also reading it just made me so fucking happy.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's still Sailor Moon.
It is.
And Sailor Moon is really good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I read this time.
I'm so glad I could read, you know.
I'm glad you
I
were here,
don't do
Coda.
it.
No, she didn't say she could read now. Let's not.
Hold on.
I'm so glad I attempted to read.
I can do
Anyways, all right.
something.
Okay. Let's before the last topic, so before we wrap up the stream, okay, what do we want to happen and or potential predictions? You can say a prediction or you can say what you want to happen, whatever you want. Myself personally, mine's been obvious. I've already said it several times. It's just I want more development of each of the actual Sailor characters. I want them to get their own individual little chapters. I want to learn about each individual one more. I don't know if we'll get that in the manga or if I'm only gonna get that in the anime, but that's what I want. What do other people want? Aztec, what do you want? What do you want out of Sailor Moon? What do you predict is gonna happen with Sailor Moon? What do you want?
What do I want from Sailor Moon? Third cat.
What would you?
It'll get crowded.
What would you call the third cat? We have
Well,
Luna.
good
We have
news.
Artemis. Oh, damn. Garfield. All right, sweet. Everybody knows Garfield of the Moon. Yeah.
Let's be clear. I don't want it to be a magical cat. I just want there to be like a cat.
It just doesn't talk. It's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out. They made a friend.
Okay. Or there's an arc where they just find a normal cat and everybody thinks it's a magical cat and there's like a whole battle over it. And it's just like a random cat.
Like it has a band-aid over its head too, but it's just like
It's just an
a
actual
cat. Yeah, it's just there.
It's like, yeah, those asshole kids again. What do you want?
And then Ray goes to pet it and it just bites her hand like it does in Azumanga Daioh to
That was a scariest scene in anime.
Okay.
Hello?
It
I'm
needs to not be
Jujito
Ray,
for
though.
manga artist. I just thought Ray for it just because it was the dark hair character. It'd probably more be Makoto,
No, I
guess maybe.
I see the similarity, but Ray would punt that cat into the fucking sun.
Yeah, Ray absolutely would. I only chose it because of the looks or whatever, but maybe it'd be more
well,
Makoto. I don't know. Actually, it'd probably be more Usagi, maybe.
No.
Would it be Usagi?
No, it would be Makoto because you've got the similar like sporty characters, both having the same
Everybody views her as the strong type, but she's actually just like very sweet once you get to know her. Yeah, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Aztec wants. Sheena, what do you want as Sailor Moon? Or what do you predict? What do you want or predict?
I guess what I want is more character development on the girl side and less tuxedo mask, but I feel like it's gonna be like 40% of the screen time will be Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Tuxedo Mask.
No.
I
I'm
find
sorry.
it funny how he got his own boy band at the very end. It was
I
revealed that he had his
appreciate
own.
it. I appreciate it. I was like, thank God the men have something. They need scraps, anything.
No, let them starve.
Okay, Ari, what do you want?
I want everyone to live happily ever after.
Oh God, get her out of here.
Yellow?
No,
Wait,
no,
so hard, Mitch?
let her
This
speak.
one right here.
I don't know. It all is pretty rushed. But I've just been pretty much going with the flow of it. Just, accepting a lot of it at face value. Like, oh yeah, these diamonds can sap people's energy, and the jewelry shop owner is using that to remain eternally youthful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like in real life.
Yeah,
That happens.
happened last week. But I don't know. I would definitely like more scenes of the individual characters and like actually seeing them grow in like fights, because I kept noticing that Usagi wasn't actually learning how to fight. It was always Luna or Tuxedo Mask yelling at her to do something.
Yep.
Usagi, use your headband and throw it at her. Usagi, use your telekinetic powers and shoot a laser beam at her.
Usagi, use your brain.
Yeah. They tried to explain it later by being like, oh, you've actually been subconsciously been trained through the Sailor V game the whole time. And I was like, oh, okay,
no,
well.
No, she hasn't.
It's like everybody's still been telling her what to do.
Yeah,
Even when she plays the game, she's like, can you help me, Ami? Basically, I'm like, girl, you're not good.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm fine because it's I guess because it's Sailor Moon and it's like I don't mean to be mean when I say it's low stakes, but it feels like it's a very kind of like a trying to be more comfy, just very like look at the cute girls doing cute things, everything's going to be fine kind of vibe.
Yeah, everything will be fine.
Despite her committing gay men in her past life.
Damn.
But overall, it's a very sweet story. So I really like that aspect of it. But yeah, just seeing the girls actually learn how to fight.
Yep.
Or do any kind of combat sense of like, oh, maybe I should do this instead of having Luna yell at them to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my shonen brain going off.
The shonen brain applied to shoujo magical girl. I understand.
Yeah, I'm sure
okay.
nothing dramatic will happen.
So, do you have anything else you need to say, or?
Nope.
All right, Coda. What do you want out of Sailor Moon for the next volumes, or what do you predict will happen? What do you want? What do you want?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I want.
Yeah.
What I really, really want.
What do you really, really want?
I need, because Queen Beryl was basically like, look, I took control of these 4 Earth generals because I want to fucking usurp our great leader, the Darkness. And I'm going to be
sent from the sun.
Queen... Yeah, it's Queen Metallica. I just remembered her.
Yes, that's
name.
what it was. Yeah.
Because I'm going to get the silver crystal when the generals get the crystal for me, and I'm not going to give it to Queen Metallica. I'm going to use it. So what I want for Queen Beryl, because she is a queen and she does deserve the best.
True.
I want her to find, I don't know what MacGuffin they're going to use for it, but I want her to be able to siphon some of the power directly from Queen Metallica and use it against the goddamn magical girls. Okay, I need her to get a glow up.
Okay.
I need extra power. I need new techniques. You can't just be out here being like, okay, I'm gonna hypnosis you now. Oh,
That seems to be a recurring trope that we have for some of these.
and I'm sick of it. Get out there and like fight. And I don't mean put on your fucking barrier, okay? Like the powers that you're using against the human beings, use them against the damn girls. If you had a frozen tsunami and you froze these bastards all up, why don't you use it on the damn girls? What are you doing? You were just using that power. Come on.
Listen, we need a lot of energy in order to fight the girls. Okay, we need a lot of it, so we have to do this. Okay, for them.
I don't have a lot of energy either, but I still get shit done. Okay.
Well, I think their main thing with that is that they're still trying to find the silver crystal, and that they eventually realize that she just has it physically on her, around her neck. By the way, why is she wearing the crystal around her neck while she's fighting them, knowing that they're trying to steal it from her? I feel like you store this somewhere else.
She tucks it in.
I guess, but
probably. Maybe. I mean, they can't get close because she's got the magic wand. She's like,
but also I think right now we're at a point where the crystal doesn't work right now.
It doesn't even work
because
very well. No,
they kept saying a part of it is in Tuxedo Mask now.
Yes.
And the whole time I was like, did I miss that? I didn't realize there was a shard of it that went into it. But at some point, a shard of it went into Tuxedo
when
Mask.
He died, and then like the thing turned into the crystal, and then a part of it chipped off, or I don't know how it chipped off, but something fell into him.
Right.
And that's how. So it was when he died.
Right. So right now, essentially, it seems like the crystal's not working because a part of it is within Tuxedo Mask. So once they have whatever's in Tuxedo Mask and the gem. Okay.
Yeah. And then once they reunite, she still has to be able to control it with her heart. And she's like, literally, how do I fucking do that?
Believe.
It's literally just like, it's literally like cry. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
you'll just know. You'll just know.
She will.
Well, because it was also like when she first got her abilities, when Usagi first awakened to it, she's like, "Oh, I'm saying this catchphrase. Now these things are happening. Now I'm doing all this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's working, I guess." And then she woke up the next day thinking it was all a dream because she didn't realize. A part of that is probably because she probably has memories of all these from her past life, just doesn't realize it. But another part of it is probably just we just need to kick off our magical girl concepts, okay? So don't worry too much about that. Don't worry too much about that. We'll just introduce these catchphrases and stuff. We'll introduce the transformations, the makeup, and all that. Yeah, and then we'll just
Was she as a princess also a soldier back in the day?
I don't know how that works. I'm assuming she could still transform in some way, but I don't know if she was, because they made it sound like Sailor V was the leader of the soldiers and they were defending Sailor Moon. I don't know if that meant that Sailor Moon was actually a part of their squad previously, or Serenity was a part of their squads previously. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. We'll probably find out more about that later. So
I hope. But yeah, my main thing is I need Queen Beryl to really get to a form 2 already, and I need like better fucking villain tactics.
Right.
That's it. Okay. The girls can fucking handle it.
All right. What do you got, Lady Galaxy? What do you want as Sailor Moon? You've already read it, but what would you want to happen?
Well, I've watched most of it. I still haven't read it.
That's true. You've watched it.
I just want more of Usagi being a disaster buy. I love her with my whole heart, and she's so funny.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I support it.
True. Shadow, what do you want as Sailor Moon? What do you want? What do you predict? What do you want?
I want there to be a Sailor Pluto and for them to be short. That's it.
See? Naoko Takeuchi, you gotta hire me, okay? I'll write Sailor Moon for you, all right? I'm cooking with my ideas, okay? Nobody would have thought, what if Sailor Pluto was the shortest member of the group? Nobody would have thought about that. Only me, okay? Only me.
Literally nobody. Whenever you say Takeuchi, I just my brain immediately goes to Takeuchi, the Type Moon co-founder.
That's okay. Whenever
Artist.
That's okay. Whenever I hear Serenity, I'm immediately hearing Joey Wheeler crying Serenity from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, thank you. I'm the only one thinking that because I also had that issue.
I just kept every time I was reading Serenity or hearing you guys say Serenity, I was just hearing Joey Wheeler Serenity. No,
You it's time to do.
you gay. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap this up. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to hang out here in the Anime Book Club for Sailor Moon. We'll be continuing our discussion next week with volumes 3 and 4. So that'll be next Thursday, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, as usual. If you are interested in checking these out live, you can check out youtube.wolfborg.com, twitch.wolfborg.com, or kick.wolfborg.com. We stream on all of them at the same time. And if you want to be a part of the book club discussions and or other memes, if you don't want to be a part of the live discussion, you can always just hang out with us in the Discord at discord.wolfborg.com, where we're going to be discussing this stuff, and then you can also be part of the votes when it comes to the next series that we're going to read in the future and all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested in those, go check out those. We do have a couple last messages from the chat, and then we'll wrap this up here. Fuse Hunter said, Sailor Moon is good. Hot take for me. Oh, I already read that one. She's relatable girl failure. I'm assuming that's in reference to Usagi.
Yes, she
yes.
is.
And then we had Takako show up. How's it going, Takako? The fights are real clear in the anime. Yeah, I imagine so. I can't wait for us to take the chance to check out the anime, not just for the fights, but also for what it sounds like from Galaxy, the more development of the characters of the squad early on. I'm excited to be able to check out those when we get a chance.
I will say with the anime, the first 3 seasons are, I think, perfect television.
Cinema,
Ooh.
you would say? You would say absolute
Genuinely.
Hold on.
Absolute cinema.
Based.
Yeah, Makoto Kino.
Makoto
Oh my
Kino.
God.
True.
Oh my
True.
God,
It's in the
yeah.
name. It's in the
Ooh.
name.
I want
All
the 4Kids TV dubs where they're like, no smoking, kids, or some shit.
No smoking. All right, so yeah, so all right, if you are interested in any of that stuff, make sure to check out the links. You can go to wolfborg.com for all my links, Discord, we got YouTube, we got all that kind of stuff. So check out those if you're interested, and we'll see you all next week. Who can we rate into? Who's live that we got here? Go say hi to Rudy. Rudy is doing Sonic Unleashed. Go say hi to them.
Ooh.
Say hi. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, stream. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sailor Moon.
Sailor
Oh,
Moon.
no. In the name of the moon, I will punish you. Ah!
Whoa.